other stadiums, you can stay connected by the Tessera 2.0 network. In cases, the password HarbourCats. Fans, if you take a ride on the new Wild Blaze zip line, head on down the Soccer Grandstand on the right field concourse, taking the excitement for yourself. For a limited time, zip line rides are only $10.
He's just faking.
I know, he's not going to make it, but I'm saying like...
Especially because I asked a few guys that have played for him in school, what is he doing? He'll throw some DB, get a couple fun runs, and then sit in the dugout.
Keeps coming, keeps coming. Yeah, man, this year I think you can like, when I first answered, it was short, so I just don't worry about it. I'm like, who the fuck are you wearing shorts at the game?
He was, so one of the last straws for me, he was up here where I was like, all right, I'm done with this. You're in an NAI school. You're not going to get the premium, especially at a bad end. Maybe you're going to get some really good players that you're like LC State or some of the bigger names NAI schools that are just bad grade guys. And lost the recruit. Like punched the wall right through. And we're like, come on, I said, Jason, you know you're supposed to do this year. We lost 3 already this summer. One that was an intermediate incoming freshman in September. University of Louisiana. We had a feeling it might go down like that way. So we had a feeling. A couple of back injuries held it back.
What up, guys? Like Melissa, it's probably not. Maybe a couple months more,
Go Cheney, you got uglier.
He was a freshman my senior year.
Nobody has no money.
He was instrumental to UCF.
It's gotta be, you want to see more kids.
Yeah, it's like
A little bit of country.
I was surprised that neither Eddie or Trevor talked to me about working yesterday because honestly, like that was part of the
It was, but when I talked to Eddie after we calmed down about you're right. No,
yeah.
So that was part of it. Okay. I mean, we were always good.
Yeah.
I mean, I apologize for Eddie starting. We did our best.
Miller. What's up, coach? Every day you're not in lineup.
Yeah.
When are you out? When are you out? Third? Well, if we ended on the 31st, and then playoffs get first,
How do you just
I guarantee you, almost everybody would stay. Right. I mean, listen, but I can talk to them and understand, hey, come on, man, you're going to leave at third, leave at 8, but I can't say 20.
What's his name? Catherine Beckett.
what's his name? What's his name?
This used to be, was it Johnsonville or Walkup Software?
Oh, yeah. Down there? We got a few more minutes, yeah. I don't have any baseballs yet. What is this?
That's nuts.
What is it? Haney, what is this?
Did you see him yesterday? Oh my gosh. Did you get that for him?
It's so awesome.
Oh, thank
Jim
you.
for Booth?
What are you gonna say?
You have a pen?
You can hang around.
Yeah.
Like it's fine to have it.
So, the military girl is already here.
So
She knows to come and apply. Are you going to do it? Is Shane here tonight?
I don't know if he's here.
Okay, and you know that, yeah, are you a national?
that's fine. 54 minutes, 16 days, still 7 days off. Wayne said that's not ideal. I'd rather have about 10 or so. But if we
Yeah, I'm going to do one first break and then come back to it.
And I also love that. That's actually pretty stupid. And they're like,
Gregor,
are
you ready?
Well, I know the other thing, not having the All-Star game.
Hey everybody, welcome to Wilson's Stadium at Wildlife Park. Great to be here for game 2 of the series with the Cowlitz Black Bears. Second last home series of the year. We have a couple of first pitches to do here tonight. First, I'd like to help me welcome in the crowd tonight. We have some people that we love to support from our Place Society. I'd like to introduce you to one of the residents of the therapeutic recovery community with our Place Society. I'd like to introduce you to Brad Hunter. Everybody, please say hello to him. He's got a really good arm. He's about to throw out the first pitch. How you doing, buddy? You ready for this? There we go. McGregor Sharp is coming over here to catch that first pitch. He wants to know there's a contract at the end of this little ordeal. All right, Brad Hunter, give him a round of applause. Everybody help him out here. Wow. Hey, Brad, congratulations, man. That was awesome. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. We have a lot of things up on our concourse here today. It's going to be a busy one. We have the military is up on our concourse today. We also have Grumpy Bum Pants tonight, so you got to be checking out the Grumpy Bum Pants with Ellen and where Adel is tonight. We've got a very busy night
tall guys here tonight.
with everything going on. The Chico PC as well is going to be up on our concourse. Just to tell you about some of the things we have coming up, and we'll take a bit of a break here just before the game gets started. Tomorrow is our Business Person's Getaway Day. Business Person's Getaway Day, 1 o'clock game. Games will open at noon tomorrow. Everybody loves those Vancouver Canadian Dooners in Vancouver. Let's get all your friends and come on out here for a nooner game, or 1 o'clock game as it is, against the Cowlitz Black Bears as we close out this series. And then, the team goes on the road. We're on the road in Bellingham for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Harvey, are you going on that trip? I think he's going. And then on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week, we go across to play the Port Angeles Lefties, a series we always enjoy to do. Oddity with our schedule this year that we're finishing on with 6 straight games against the Port Angeles Lefties. So that'll be a lot of fun for us to do. In our final series, the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday,
We will have jersey off our backs tonight with Oakland Brown. Who's been here for a jersey off our backs tonight? Who's been here for one of those? All right, so here's what happens for the rest of you who apparently haven't been, is one of the jerseys that we wear during our season, we're going to give away that night. And you have to come, fill out a form, put it in a box, and end up with getting a chance to win a team jersey that's been worn in that very game. The very epitome of a game-worn jersey. And that's thanks to Oakland Brown. We appreciate all the people from Oakland Brown who are part of making that all happen for us. So thank you very much. Saturday is fireworks next week. Next Saturday, yes, it's starting to get busy. If you want to come and see the fireworks, our final fireworks of the year, you'll want to get those tickets going pretty quick. And then Sunday, August 11th, is our fan appreciation night. A bunch of extra prizes going on, but also it's Bike to the Park Day with Tour de Victoria, Ryder Hedgehog, and all the great people involved in Tour de Victoria. That's a road series that happens here at the road event. You want to be here to see what all happens, the details will be leaked out to everybody starting on Monday. Hey, if everybody would help me with something, you can see the people in orange that are out here surfing. We've got a bunch of young people out here surfing. Can you help me thank them for all the work that they do and making sure that so many people here at our game get a chance to enjoy that. I really appreciate the work they've done for us all year. They will be here surfing for playoffs as well. We have playoffs, folks. August the 14th, we have a home game. Where it goes from there, nobody knows. Let's see where it plays. But that'll be game 2 of the series. If game 3 is needed, it will be the next day, August the 15th. Tickets are available right now if you go to the box office, and it is starting to get busier. August 14th and 15th, playoffs August 14th for sure, and tickets to both games are available now. We have on our bus tonight, we want to welcome Coast Plains Insurance Services. Welcome those up on the bus. Sounds like they're going to have a fun night over there, doesn't it? And we have a very special thing tonight, you'll hear about more. But we have 100 Men Who Care in Victoria. They're over there, Mike Riley and the crew are over there. Give us a wave, everybody, on the Strathcona Rooftop Party Deck. 100 Men Who Care, and we're going to hear more about that during the game here tonight as well. We want to make note of a couple things that happened. I don't know if yes, they are out here. I want to welcome out Parker Bramlett and Nick Playa. Come on out here, guys. Come on out here. Yeah, help me welcome them out here. This has been a good year in so many ways for us. We just wanted in front of the group here, I don't have anything special to give you today, but Parker, congratulations. You set our team's stolen base record last night. Congratulations to Parker Brown for his season. And he beat the record that was held by Nick Playa from last year, but Nick Playa has set our team's walks record as of last night. No one wants to pitch to you, Nick. That's what I was trying to tell you. Congratulations. Guys, congratulations. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Strikeout record. Strikeout record.
I think Jason Willis set the strikeout record last week. Oh. Just kidding.
Good one.
You didn't want to hear that one. We'll come back in a few seconds with our last first pitch. Thank you.
I thought that's what it was.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Yeah.
That would be way cooler.
Jim from Nicola?
Yeah.
No.
Go ahead
I'll try not to screw
They were
up.
trying to arrange Dave Coffle, but I don't see him, so they're going to have to have
Well, last year it made it almost to the plate. Hi, girl.
So you guys know when Andreas and Dan
Luckily I pitched for this
Chico
one.
has an earthquake preparedness kit worth $250. They want to give away tonight as well.
I'd be sweating all day.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good at warm.
Jerry, watch out for this guy. He's trouble. Just be careful. Keep your belly
I'm not getting around that stuff. Makes a real mess.
Yeah, I know.
Is that for me? Thanks, man. And it's my favorite type.
Yeah.
Hello, buddy. Hey. Look at their. Look what I have to put up with here.
What is happening right now?
Andy?
I had more mustard than usual.
Have you guys
First draw
checked
yesterday.
him? Really just pray with Brenda?
That's what that is. Are you coming out? No, you're going to video?
Thanks, Ashley.
Me and the...
That's what I was just asking her to check.
I work for Bridge Management.
We can't start yet.
We've still got one of these things not put together. Jim or Jason, are you ready with the shakeout video?
Can't see you trying to give us thumbs up.
Not have a shakeout video.
It was the one that was on Dropbox the other day. That's the one we connected on Dropbox the other day, right? The video?
Yeah, that was a hot shakeout video.
There's Catherine.
Andy Mallory.
She's coming down the stairs. Thank you, Andy.
Excellent.
You can bring the kids too.
All right, everybody, listen, a couple of weeks ago, I think everybody heard the news. There was
Lots going on.
a number of earthquakes happening up and down the west coast. A number in California, and a couple of circles sort of Vancouver Island. I think there were 4 in about a 24-hour span. Ian will probably be able to give you more information. I want you to help me welcome Ian from CWC. If you can come on out here, Ian. And you know what? I thought it was something we should talk about in terms of being ready for an earthquake event. Ian, I know we have Dave Cockle from who's been on Shakeout BC, who's one of our big season ticket holders here. But Ian, talk to us about that event that just happened and what people need to be thinking
Oh,
about.
it's great.
You get it?
Yeah, thank you very much. Todd, it's really good.
I sent down a bunch of mustard.
Is she in the way still?
In a stadium like this, where you have seats, just drop down in between the seats.
You need to put it here. You're good right there.
You want to know what to do if you're anxious or something like this, it's work or no. All those things, you can come on by our booth up by the Sightseeing Victoria bus, and we'll give you a little talk. We've got some prizes, we've got some kits to give away, parking meters, that means the next time we come again. Eventually, we're going to do this. All right, we've got information on what to do if you're at home. We've got prepared BC, we've got some Victoria, ready information. Come on,
They are.
other than that, thank you very much for being here. They have a booth and stuff like Sightseeing for the Wilson's Upper Deck Experience bus. You can go and find out more and go find out more. Please do so we're all ready in case that were to happen. They do have a kit worth $250, is that right? Earthquake preparedness kit worth $250. You can win by just going there and simply entering. And just do that. And we're going to give it away a little bit later on in the game. Very valuable and very practical and very real, everybody. We've seen these events happen kind of around us, and we all need to be ready for that. So I want to thank you, Ian, and everybody with you guys for being here today. Thank you very much. And also, I mentioned over around Paul Barrett, I just wanted you, buddy. Thank you very much for your sponsorship of the jersey off your back.
Okay, so at some point I'll come and connect with you guys, or if
Paul, I have an
come and
idea
find
of
me,
what
and
we're
then
going to
we
do for
can
next year already, right, Paul?
take it up
I know we do for our jersey. And now it's Grumpy Bum Pants Night, and I want to introduce you to Helen Edwards. Come on out here, Helen. Helen is one of our great season ticket holders. Sits right down over there. You can't her jersey every single game. Helen is also the knitter and maker of Grumpy Bum Pants, and also a noted author, I might add. She has a book on the professional hockey history of Victoria that is coming out here in September. I had the great pleasure of being able to preview it. It was fantastic. It is fantastic. You want to get it. Helen, tell people about Grumpy Bum Pants.
Grumpy Bum Pants are for the young child who has everything. And they have a face on the bottom, so when the kid is crawling, all you see is the face going down the hall.
You have a grumpy bum? No, you do not. You're right.
And they're made to grow with the kids, so when they're young, grown up, when they get longer, they just roll them down. Very simple, easy to take care of.
Thank you, Helen. Make sure you go visit. It's kind of fun to see it. And I believe Nicola is wearing some older Grumpy Bum Pants for her out here today. So you're going to get to throw her first pitch. I know you want the left-hander too, I might add. And I know Parker Brown was excited to come on up and cast this for us. You just set the record, so he's racing out here to do it. All right, Helen, show us what you got. The lefty. The lovely the pants, by the way. Baseball scene, man, that's awesome.
But it hasn't been.
Yeah. There we go.
Be quick tonight.
Yeah.
Because it's
Second
game
game.
tune.
Thank you, Parker, and thank you, Helen, very, very much. Appreciate it. Grumpy Bum Pants, man. I love this, man. Thanks for you.
Oh, yeah, Nick, welcome. And I'm not grumpy.
It's off right now.
Doctor, Thompson, Doctor, Thompson, Doctor, Thompson, Doctor, 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 Thompson, Doctor, Thompson, and Doctor.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would ask that you please rise for HarbourCats for the singing of the national anthem, brought to you by Harold Engineering Limited and Kennedy Brown Consulting Engineers for 25 years. Here to perform the national anthems is Catherine Beckett.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what the valley beheld, and twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight? Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and from near the rebel land, the pomp bursting in air came through the night, and our flag was still there.
Hello and welcome to Wilson's Group Stadium at Royal Athletic Park. It's Game 2 of this three-game midweek series between the Victoria HarbourCats and the Cowlitz Black Bears. We'll welcome you right into the broadcast booth here at Wilson's Group Stadium. We have a fancy new camera up here in the booth, and it allows us to do a couple of new things, including rotate it and show you my setup here. And now we'll go down to the field level and show you our viewpoint from up here in the broadcast booth as we look forward to tonight's game between Victoria and Cowlitz. Well, thanks for tuning in on this Wednesday night on Go Live Broadcast. My name is Mike Edwards along with producer Chris Jaycox. In the broadcast truck, the HarbourCats came away with a lopsided 12-3 victory last night in Game 1 of the series. Nick Playa homered and drove in 4, while Frankie Neiman, Nate Pacoda, and Ty Schindel each drove in 2 runs. And on the mound, the HarbourCats got 5 very strong innings from Calvin Turchin, who allowed just 1 run and struck out 7. So tonight the HarbourCats go for the series win here in the middle game of the set with the Black Bears from Tuesday to Thursday of this week. Game time weather before first pitch here in Victoria. It's a warm 22 degrees Celsius, 71 degrees Fahrenheit. Some hazy skies and a fair bit of wind as well blowing out towards left field at the moment. As you can see the flags out there in left field blowing quite strongly. So we'll see if that plays a factor for some of the power hitters trying to hit them over the fence in left field. Well, let's check out the HarbourCats starting pitcher tonight. It is the left-hander standing at 6'9", 217 pounds from Gunter, Texas and Dallas Baptist University. It's Regan McDonald, who is 0-1 with a 5.55 ERA. This is his 5th appearance and 3rd start of the summer. He's allowed 13 hits and 6 walks with 12 strikeouts in 11 1/3 innings of work. And McDonald, in his previous 2 starts, he's had 1 good one and 1 not so good one. The good one came back on July the 12th against the Bend Elks. He went 4 scoreless innings, allowing just 1 hit and 3 walks while striking out 3. And his other start came on July the 17th against the Walla Walla Sweets, where he went 3 1/3, allowing 3 earned runs on 7 hits and 2 walks with 3 strikeouts. So McDonald hoping to get a bounce back outing here this evening against the Black Bears in his first start at home here at Wilson's Group Stadium this summer. So now let's take a look at the lineup that McDonald will face tonight for Cowlitz. It is led off by Andreas Sosa, the 3rd baseman. The DH, Colton Sakamoto, will bat 2nd. Colton Eager in center field bats 3rd. Josh Marchese, the first baseman, bats in the cleanup spot. Brian Cromwell in right field bats 5th. Zach Smith, the shortstop, is batting 6th as the first pitch of the ball game is thrown by McDonald and misses up high with a fastball at 88 on the radar gun to get us underway this evening. Thanks again for joining us on Go Live Broadcast. HarbourCats and the Black Bears playing Game 2 of this 3-game series. Now the 1-0 pitch is drilled deep to left field, back towards the wall. It is over the fence for a home run. And on the second pitch of the ball game, Andreas Sosa goes deep. And once again, it's a first-inning home run for him. Yesterday he was in the 2-hole in the order and went deep to center field. So another first-inning home run for Sosa, and it's 1-0 Cowlitz. So the Black Bears off to a good start after the 12-3 lopsided loss yesterday. Let's go through the rest of the Black Bears order. Mentioned Zach Smith, the shortstop, batting 6th. Seth Beckstedt moves from behind the plate to left field. He is batting 7th. Heath Pickard, the catcher, bats 8th, and Sam Ireland bats number 9 at second base. First pitch missing from McDonald to Colton Sakamoto, the DH, who we did not see in yesterday's game. Sakamoto enters play at 236, couple of homers and 9 RBIs on the season for the Black Bears. There is a strike from McDonald. It's now 1-1. There's a fastball at 88 from McDonald that misses up high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Well, here is the defense for the HarbourCats tonight. Left to right in the outfield, Ty Schindel. Nick Playa and Kyle Sherrick. Harrison Spahn is at the hot corner at third base. Chase Mydroth at short. Parker Bramlett at second. Griffin Paxton at first. And Tyler Pettit behind the plate for Victoria this evening. 2-2 now the count on Sakamoto after Andreas Sosa took McDonald deep to lead off the ball game on just the second pitch of the game. And the HarbourCats, if Sosa is in the lineup again tomorrow, have to be careful with him in his first at bat. Here's a slow roller to second, and the throw is not going to be in time. It'll be an infield hit for Sakamoto on just a slowly hit ground ball towards second base. So a tough luck base hit that time to give up for McDonald. He got very weak contact, but it was almost too weak. Did get past the mound, and once it did, Bramlett was never going to have a chance at that one at second. So Sakamoto aboard at first. There's still nobody out in the top of the first inning, and Colton Eager will step in now, the center fielder. We also have a four-man umpiring crew for tonight's ball game. John Hollett is behind home plate calling balls and strikes. Steve Boutang is at first. Rhonda Paul's at second, and Scott Eckhart at third. Just a small lead off of first for Sakamoto as the pitch from McDonald is a fastball missing downstairs for 1 ball and no strikes. Colton Eager at the plate. He is just 2 for 7 on the season, so limited at bats for him. He's listed as a pitcher as well on the Black Bears roster, but he's just recently started to hit, and yesterday was his second start in the field. He's got the start in right field for Cowlitz yesterday, and he went 1 for 4 with a strikeout. Ball and a strike, the count here to Colton Eager, and the pitch from McDonald is off the end of the bat, popped up down the left field line. This one is going to be caught in left there by Ty Schindel, and there's now 1 out. So we'll see now if McDonald can settle into this game, getting the first out of the way after an unfortunate start for him, the home run ball and then the weakly hit infield single. So 1 on and 1 out now for Cowlitz, and up steps Josh Marchese, the first baseman and cleanup man in the order for the Black Bears. Marchese went 1 for 4 with a double in yesterday's game. There was a hard double all the way to the wall in right field. There's a first pitch strike to Marchese, nothing in 1 count. McDonald ahead. Marchese did also strike out a couple of times yesterday, and he enters play with a .257 batting average, 2 home runs and 19 RBIs. Close pitch on the off-speed delivery from McDonald. It's now 1-1. Well, it is a very nice night for baseball here in Victoria, just as it was yesterday also. Maybe not quite as big of a crowd out tonight, but we did have a very big crowd yesterday, which was perhaps bigger than expected, over 2,200 on a Tuesday night. Don't usually get those type of numbers on a midweek game, so tonight's crowd maybe looks like something more closely resembling a typical midweek crowd here at Wilson's Group Stadium. Still a small lead at first base for the base runner Sakamoto. Cut and a miss by Marchese. It's now 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 away, and a runner at first for Regan McDonald. Looks over at that runner and now comes home with the pitch. Close fastball, but it missed maybe outside and perhaps low as well. It's 3-2 now. Full count here, 3 balls, 2 strikes. McDonald delivers the payoff pitch. That is strike 3 called, a good breaking ball. And there's 2 down. Now just a technical note to pass our way. I mentioned we have a great new camera up here in the booth that is going to allow us to bring you even sharper pictures from up here, the home plate camera. Now, unfortunately, we have also some bad news that are as part of our score bug in the top left-hand corner of your screen. The bases graphic is not working as it should at the moment, so we do not have the bases graphic up. But there is a runner at first, and there's 2 away here in the top of the first inning. McDonald looks like just in this the early stages of this first, he's just working his way into the game. Nice pitch there on 3-2 a moment ago to get the strikeout looking. That one is well low in the dirt, and it's a good block by Tyler Pettit. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brian Cromwell is the hitter, getting the start in right field here tonight for Cowlitz. He also appeared in left field in yesterday's game, went 0 for 2 with a couple of walks and a run scored. The 1-1 pitch is a slow roller towards third, but it goes foul. It's now 1-2. Overall on the season, Cromwell is hitting .159 with 7 RBIs. So still looking for a big day at the plate to see that average rise a little bit. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 out here in the top of the first inning. Regan McDonald looking to work around that leadoff home run from Andreas Sosa and keep it at just the 1 run in this first for the HarbourCats. The 1-2. Fastball downstairs, missing for 2-2. And McDonald does have a good fastball up in the upper 80s, can come close to 90 on the radar gun. That one, though, is not all that close to threatening the zone. And it was an easy take for Cromwell. Here now is the 2-2 delivery.
Yep.
Another good breaking ball, and Cromwell strikes out looking to retire the side. So a solo home run by Sosa, but other than that, a nice frame for Regan McDonald to get his evening underway. And it's 1-0 Black Bears as we go to the home half of the first.
I hadn't heard about it until maybe last year, and my friend was like, "I don't know what that is."
Today's stat is 7. That's the number of times this year your HarbourCats have scored 10 or more runs at home. And we are now 15-7 at Wilson's Group Stadium this season. What is your favorite Philly stat of the game? Fans, the game day program is your key to winning. Find one of our volunteers near the concession or the main gate. Purchase a program for only $2. Fill out the form in the plate center out on page 25 to be entered in the draw to win all sorts of awesome giveaways for the course of the game, as well as this year's grand prize, a $1,000 travel voucher, courtesy of Flight Center. The program is your key to winning all games all season long. It is time for Don's Furniture to move the game and soon upgrading your team. Moving to the grandstand, thanks to Don's Furniture. Don't forget, we've got cookies going in general admission. On the first base side, who wants free cookies? Yeah! I think that's the big ball guy. Waiting up for your HarbourCats, the second baseman from Angelo State, number 25, Parker.
To the bottom of inning number 1, Parker Bramlett leads off for the HarbourCats in his familiar spot atop the order. And he is facing Kyle Rich. This one is a foul ball down the right field line. Bramlett sliced that one, just could not keep it fair by a foot or two. We have an all-Dallas Baptist pitching matchup tonight between Regan McDonald for the HarbourCats and Kyle Rich for the Black Bears. Rich is a freshman standing at 6'1", 200 pounds from Keller, Texas. He's 2-2 with a 6.17 ERA on the season. This is just his second start, but it's his 13th appearance overall. So he's been mainly used as a relief pitcher out of the bullpen. He has allowed 21 hits and 14 walks in 23 and a third innings, along with 19 strikeouts. This one is going to hang up in right for Cromwell, and Bramlett is retired for the first out. So here's the rest of the HarbourCats order. Chase Mydroth will hit second as he now strides to the plate. At shortstop, Griffin Paxton, the first baseman, bats third. Nick Playa in center field bats in the cleanup spot after his big RBI day yesterday. The 4 runs driven in, including a home run. Harrison Spahn is in the 5 spot at third base. There's a swing and a miss by Mydroth to fall behind 0-1. Ty Schindel in left field bats 6th. Tyler Pettit, the catcher, bats 7th. Nick Adams is the DH, and he is batting 8th. And it's rounded out by Kyle Sherrick in right field in the 9 spot. 89 on that fastball into Chase Mydroth, and he took it for ball 1. Even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Mydroth has been red hot, and that continued yesterday as he swings and pops it foul, 1-2. Went 1 for 4 with an RBI, a run, and a walk on his line. So he comes into today's ball game at .462 with 2 homers, 12 RBIs. And as we talked about on yesterday's telecast, it's not a small sample size anymore for Mydroth either. He's 24 for 52. This time, though, he went around, and he will strike out as it's thrown down to first base, for the second out.
Now batting the first baseman, University of Texas.
So that'll bring in Griffin Paxton with 2 away, bases clear. And let's look at the defense in behind Kyle Rich for Cowlitz this evening. Beckstead, Eager, and Cromwell are left to right in the outfield. Sosa and Smith on the left side of the infield. Ireland and Marchese on the right side. And Heath Pickard behind home plate forming the battery this evening with Kyle Rich. First pitch missed to Griffin Paxton, who enters play at .316. 19 runs driven in for him. And he takes a strike to even up the count, 1-1. Paxton got the day off yesterday, but back in the lineup in his familiar spot in the middle third of the order. Or I should say high up in the order, because he's hitting in the 3 hole. He's usually in the 3, 4, 5 spot, somewhere in that range. And he's been very consistent at the plate all season long. Hasn't necessarily had what you would call a Chase Mydroth style hot streak, or what Frankie Neiman was doing at the beginning of the year, but what Paxton has done is really be consistent from the very first game he played right the way through until tonight. Always seems to put in good disciplined at-bats, and he doesn't go very many at-bats in a row without recording a hit. 2-2 pitch is going to miss in tight. Good plate discipline there for Paxton to take it. It's 3-2. So a full count, 2 down, and the base is clear in the bottom of the first inning. Run on 2 hits in the top of the first for Cowlitz. There's a wave and a miss by Paxton, I should say, and that is the inning. So the
Transit is time for the go-ho ferry boat race. Look out over center field. We got red, blue, and white. Pick one and cheer them on. Mark, let's go. Special welcome today to the group with the park with us.
The town of View Royal was able to purchase land to build a new public safety building using provincial gaming revenue from hosting Elements Casino Victoria. The new building has larger sleeping quarters, so volunteer firefighters can be on call, on site, and respond to emergencies even faster. The building isn't only home to the town's fire department, though. It also has space for public safety staff and a secondary emergency operations center, too. BCLC, we're community-minded, with your community in mind.
We were getting married in the most beautiful rural setting. My mom got sick and couldn't be with us for our big day. I was heartbroken. Thankfully,
We go to the second inning here at
They
Wilson's Group
responded right
Stadium.
away and
So
connected.
far, it's the 1-0 lead for Cowlitz with Andreas Sosa's leadoff home run in the first inning off of Regan McDonald. Aside from that home run, though, McDonald looks sharp on the hill in the first, and he starts off the shortstop, Zach Smith, with a first pitch strike. Smith also hit a home run in yesterday's game. He comes in at 205 with 2 homers, 7 RBIs on the season. He went 1 for 4 with that 2-run shot. It did come in the 9th inning, though, when the game was well under control for the HarbourCats, but made it a bit more of a respectable scoreline for the Cowlitz side of things. Instead of losing 12-1, it was a 12-3 score. McDonald here is ahead 0-2 on Smith. And he sets at the letters. Here is his 0-2 pitch. Fastball got him at 90 on the radar gun. Came at him with the gas and blew it by him for the first out. So a nice looking pitch from Regan McDonald that time as he reached back for a little extra. And Smith could not catch up to it. McDonald is a difficult guy to hit when he's on his game because he's a very tall guy listed at 6'9", and he's a left-hander, so he comes at you from a different angle than the right-handers, of course. This one is skied in the air down the left field line. Long run for Ty Schindel. It's actually going to be Chase Mydroth, the shortstop, making the catch, and that's out number 2. So that was Seth Beckstead, retired for the first out, or his first at bat and the second out in the inning. Here now is Heath Pickard, the catcher, who will step in to hit. Pickard yesterday went 1 for 3 with a walk and a couple of strikeouts, also hitting in the number 8 spot in the order for Grady Twait and the Cowlitz Black Bears. Breaking ball misses to him for ball 1 to start this at bat. Pickard yesterday was the DH for Cowlitz. Today he is behind the plate doing the catching. Now the 1-0 pitch. Good breaking ball that time at 79. It's 1-1. There's a now swing and a miss. And it's 1-2. So McDonald really looks in command out there for the HarbourCats. Here to begin this second inning. Chance here, one good pitch away from a 1-2-3, top of the second. Here comes the 1-2. And it's in the dirt. Good take by Pickard, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss at the high fastball. 1-2-3 go the Black Bears in the top of the second. Great frame for Regan McDonald, and the HarbourCats looking for their first hit in the bottom half.
With our roving reporter, Shane, with the veteran recognition. Take it away, Shane.
All right, thank you, Dan. Wilson's Transportation, the HarbourCats are always very proud to thank the military for the service they provide. So I'd ask you to join me today in recognizing Andrea Paskett, leading seaman.
Here's a chopper to third base. Charging it is Spawn. The bare hand throw. He got him. What a play. Harrison Spawn. This one hit right back up the middle. Could be 2. Spawn the dive. The flip to second. And that's a double play. Count is 1-0. And a Wally drive. And it is gone. And the 1-2. is hit hard, and it's caught by Kojui Wong on the mound. What a play. Lightning quick reflexes, and another 2-2. Breaking ball, strike 3 call. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And he swings away at the first pitch, shallow left center. This ball will be caught by Playa as he dives to make the catch. This one right back to the mound, going to second with it for 1, back to first, and that's a double play. Is driven high in the air, deep right field. Feist looking up, and it is gone. Now the 2-2 is hit in the air to pretty deep left field. Going back is Johnston. He leaps at the wall, and it's gone. 1-1 pitch is hit well in the air, deep right field. Malinchuk back. He is still back at the wall, makes the catch. And the pitch. To the bottom of the second inning, it's led off by Nick Playa, who had the big game yesterday for the HarbourCats at the plate, 2 for 2 with a home run and 4 runs driven in. And it might be the walk-up song, the Baby Shark walk-up song. Playa changed it yesterday, and what do you know, it worked out for him. So you got to stick with it now. Playa this time skies one to straightaway center field. It is going to be caught out there by Eager for the first out here in the bottom of the second. Well, good news that we can tell you our scorebug graphic is back to normal with the bases now working. HarbourCats, though, trying to get somebody on base here in the bottom of the second, so still yet to have a base runner. And it's been a nice start on the hill for Kyle Rich. Through an inning and a third, he struck out 2. And again, yet to allow a HarbourCat to reach base. Here is Harrison Spahn for Victoria. Back in the lineup and getting the start at third base this evening. Playa and Spahn, the 2 Cal Baptist bats back-to-back in the order. Spahn with a swing and a tapper foul. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Spahn coming into tonight's game at .245 with 3 home runs and 13 runs driven in on the West Coast League season. Even count here to Spahn, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the 2-1 pitch. Spahn hit hard to left field. This is going to get over the head of Beckstead and bounce up against the wall. Spahn cruises into second with a stand-up double, and that is the first hit. So a nice job there by Spahn, and the HarbourCats are in the hit column, and they now do have a base runner at second, trying to get the tying run in, and that'll be the task for Ty Schindel now, who steps in here at the plate for the HarbourCats. Schindel hitting .229 with a home run and 5 RBIs for Victoria. So Spahn at second, 1 away here in the bottom of the second inning. Schindel, the Victoria, BC native, coming to the HarbourCats from San Diego Christian. And before the at-bat with Schindel begins, Kyle Rich steps off the rubber for Cowlitz. Decent lead off of second for Spahn, so he should be looking to score on anything to the outfield. HarbourCats have 2 cracks to try to get him home with 1 out. One ball, no strikes. Schindel with a pop-up that'll get back into the seats for a foul ball. It's now 1-1. Well, it is interesting that both Rich and McDonald, the 2 starters on either side, are college teammates at Dallas Baptist. But for at least one night here this evening, they are opponents here in the West Coast League. And both have looked good on the mound to start. Velocity very good, up in the high 80s for both Rich and McDonald. Both have also touched 90 so far through the first 2 innings of this game. Swing and a miss there by Schindel. It's now 1-2. Rich, I mentioned in the first inning, but it's worth repeating that he's only made one start this season, and all of his other 11 appearances have been out of the bullpen. So it will be interesting to see the stamina for Kyle Rich and how long he may be able to go in this game. Schindel, off the end of the bat, popped up behind third base. This is going to be caught, drifting into foul territory by Sosa, and that is out number 2.
Now batting, the catcher from Internet Word, number 28, Tyler Pettit.
So it's going to be up to the catcher, Tyler Pettit, for the HarbourCats to try to get Harrison Spahn home from second, with now 2 away in the bottom of the second inning. Pettit coming up here in a spot where the HarbourCats are trying to tie the game after Andreas Sosa, with his solo home run, gave Cowlitz a 1-0 lead back in the first. Remember, Sosa did that yesterday, and then all the HarbourCats did was score 12 unanswered because they fell behind 1-0 and then went up 12-1 before the 2-run home run by Zach Smith in the 9th made it 12-3, and that was the final score. There is a strike to Pettit on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pettit hitting .222 on the West Coast League season with 5 runs driven in. Looking for RBI number 6 if he can find some outfield grass here with a 2-out base knock. In the dirt, good take by Pettit. It's 2-1. Nick Adams, the DH for the HarbourCats tonight, waits on deck should Pettit reach base here in this bottom of the second inning. Spahn with good speed off of second and a good lead off of the bag as well. 2-1 pitch is a swing and a foul tip to the screen. It's now 2-2. Cowlitz not really making too much of an effort to keep Spahn close to the bag at second. Neither of the middle infielders all that close to second base. Now an even count, 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 away and a runner in scoring position for Tyler Pettit. And here comes the pitch from Rich, breaking ball towards the inside corner, but it missed in tight, and it's a full count.
Is it a cutter? It looks like a cutter.
First base is open for Kyle Rich if he wants to use it here. And the 3-2. Pettit with a soft liner and a leaping catch made it short by Zach Smith to retire the side. That keeps the HarbourCats off the scoreboard here in the second, and on we go to inning number 3. It's 1-0 Cowlitz.
The Wendy's mascot base race. Today we have Kay Lynn's going to race Harvey from first base to third base. All right, here we go. We are ready. On your marks, get set, go.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to do the Tim Hortons Coffee Cup Shuffle now. What's your name, young lady? Allison.
So are those
Watch the big screen over there. Follow the donut. Something I spent my life doing.
Well, that mustard didn't go as far as I thought it would. That mustard didn't go as far as I thought it would. I'm already out.
All right, what do you think? On the right side, the latte. What do you think? Jason, is she right? Yes, she is. I've got a gift certificate from Tim Hortons for you here. Great job, Allison. Thanks for coming to HarbourCats Baseball.
We go on to inning number 3 at Wilson's Group Stadium. 1-0, the Black Bears on top of the HarbourCats, thanks to Andreas Sosa's solo home run to lead off the ball game in the top of the first. Here is the number 9 hitter and second baseman for Cowlitz, Sam Ireland, stepping in for his first at-bat. Takes one down low for ball 1 from Regan McDonald, who aside from that home run ball and the very first hitter, Sosa leading off the ball game. He has been great since then. This one is skied down the left field line over towards foul territory. Couple of HarbourCats going over towards it, but no one can make the catch. I also have to be careful with the pitcher's mound and the bullpen down there. Like one or two of them might have taken a spill, but they're all back on their feet. So it's a 1-1 count on Ireland, who enters play this evening at 2:39. 4 runs driven in for him on the season. Ireland went 1 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts yesterday. He was also at second base, and he was also in the 9 spot for Cowlitz. Brief delay here to allow the 3 HarbourCat fielders to get back to their positions, and now it's a 1-1 pitch coming up from Regan McDonald. That one just misses for 2 balls and 1 strike. Hit hard to short. The diving catch is made by Mydroth. What a play. And there's one away. He picked that one right off the top of the infield dirt, and he got it before it hit the ground and would have become a ground ball. My goodness, what a play by Mydroth. So McDonald gets a break that time with some great defense at short by the incoming freshman at San Diego, Chase Mydroth, who is, we've made a lot about his recent hot streak at the plate, but we'd also be remiss not to mention the fact that he has played an excellent shortstop too, which a lot of people say, and it's fairly commonly believed, is the most important defensive position in the field. Maybe that or center field, but still, Mydroth has been excellent defensively. HarbourCats have a lot of confidence in him, despite the fact that he is just an incoming freshman, and he's really repaid that confidence that the HarbourCats have shown in him in recent weeks with his all-around game. 2-0 pitch, a wave and a miss there by Sosa. It's 2-1. Sosa, of course, 1 for 1 with that solo home run on the second pitch that McDonald threw tonight. That home run for Sosa was his 5th of the summer. He is leading the team in the home run department. McDonald once again going through the signs with Tyler Pettit, the catcher behind home plate for the HarbourCats. He is now set for the 2-1 pitch to Sosa. Breaking ball headed for that outside corner, but it just missed, and it's 3-1. So Sosa, dangerous hitter to fall behind. McDonald now has to be careful with this 3-1 count. Sosa, that home run he hit was a ball that was really a line drive frozen rope over the left field fence. That one misses, and no swing, they say, at first, so it is a 1-out walk. But just back to Sosa, that home run he hit was hit right on the screws, a frozen rope over the left field fence. Yesterday, the home run he hit was more of a high fly ball, but it was hit very hard as well. It got out of here in a hurry, even though it had a bit more air underneath it to straightaway center field, the deepest part of the yard. We're going to have a pinch hitter here for Cowlitz. It's going to be Ellis Stevens, who pitched in yesterday's game. He's going to come in here to pinch hit for the DH Colton Sakamoto. So interesting, not sure if Sakamoto might have picked up an injury or if this is just straight up change in the DH spot for Grady Twait. Regardless, Stevens takes a strike. That one misses. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Stevens. Sakamoto did come up with an infield hit in his first at bat. So he was 1 for 1, and now Stevens takes over for him in the DH spot. Even count here, 1-1. Sosa at first and 1 out in the top of the 3rd. Sosa just bluffing that time, and then going back to first. It was swung on and fouled back to the screen for 1-2. Flag still blowing out there in left field, so the wind might continue to be a factor as we move along here tonight with fly balls hit down the in left field. The 1-2 pitch coming up from McDonald, and before the pitch, a throw to first. Sosa back in, standing up. There's a good breaking ball. Strike 3 called on Stevens, and that curveball has really been working for Regan McDonald tonight.
Hey, get your last here.
I think that's the 3rd strikeout he's gotten with the curveball. He has now 4 strikeouts overall. Check that. That was his 5th strikeout. My mistake on Stevens. So 5 through 2 2/3, and he's allowed just 2 hits, one of which was the home run. Runner goes. Sosa down to second. The throw from Pettit was a little low and unable to apply the tag. Chase Mydroth as the ball scoots away from him. Throw did beat Sosa to the bag, but it just skipped to second base, and Mydroth could not quite pick it cleanly. So Sosa's in there in scoring position now safely with 2 away. Pitch was a strike to Colton Eager, and it's 0-1. McDonald a look back to second at the runner. Now the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball running away from the left-handed hitting Eager. It's now 1-1. This is a tough left-on-left matchup for Eager at the plate, facing the left-hander McDonald.
Yes, he did.
Downstairs, it's now 2-1. And of course, adding to the difficulty for a left-handed hitter facing Regan McDonald, not only the 6'9" stature, but his release and his delivery home is not a conventional one at all. He kind of takes a step towards first base before coming back across his body and throwing to the plate. And really, if you want to look at a big league comparison, his delivery isn't all that different from the Boston Red Sox left-hander Chris Sale when you look at it, because the umpires are actually talking about something here, not sure what, but as they do that, just back to McDonald and the fact that he kind of has a bit of an unconventional delivery where he starts out on the first base side and then comes home. It's kind of a 45-degree angle where he takes a step partially towards first and partially towards the plate. And obviously we know about all the success that Chris Sale has had and the fits that he gives hitters with that delivery. Very hard to pick up the baseball out of his hand. McDonald this time throws one downstairs at 88 on that fastball. It's 3 balls and a strike on Colton Eager. Andres Sosa still at second base. Decent lead off of second. Cowlitz trying to drive in the second run in the ball game and add to their 1-0 lead. 3-1 pitch. is outside, and it misses for ball 4. So Eager takes a walk. First base was open for McDonald, but there's now 2 on and 2 out.
First baseman number 19, Josh Marquez.
So it's Eager now at first, Sosa at second, and Josh Marchese at the plate. First pitch from McDonald is a strike. In there at the knees, it's 0-1. Breaking ball that time from McDonald that missed at 78 on the radar gun. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. A couple of runners aboard for Cowlitz as they try to add to their 1-0 lead here with 2 away in the top of the 3rd inning. There's another close one, but it missed for 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, the velocity's just been fluctuating a little bit for McDonald between 88 to 90. That last one was right in the middle at 89 miles per hour.
Check him.
Did not go on the swing, says third base umpire Scott Eckhart. So Marchese's worked himself into a good hitter's count to 3-1, which is the same count that Colton Eager had before him when he took a walk. So McDonald falling behind once again. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a foul away. It's 3-2. So both base runners will get a chance to run here on the pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Top of the 3rd inning. Sosa at second, Eager at first. And so a gapper here from Marchese would probably score both. Here comes the payoff pitch. There go the runners. That is strike 3 called as he got him with the curveball. Marchese down looking to end the inning, and McDonald gets out of the trouble. As we go to the bottom of the 3rd, it remains 1-0 Cowlitz.
Beha and Booster Juice. You guys can be louder than that. Let's go. Leading off for your HarbourCats, the Massey Marshall designated hitter from Yavapai Junior College, number 9, Nick Adams.
On we go to the bottom of inning number 3. It is led off by the DH Nick Adams for the HarbourCats as Regan McDonald got through another scoreless inning in the top of the 3rd. Did run into just a little trouble, but he was able to, as this one takes a funny hop, hit something as it was going down the first base line, and it results in an out as Adams is retired. That was an unfortunate break because it looked like it might have been going foul if it did not hit off of that little divot down the first base line. So Adams retired here. But again, just back to McDonald, he was able to escape that 2-on, 2-out jam. McDonald, when he's been throwing strikes, has been very effective tonight. Just those 2 walks, though, in the last inning were what got him into a bit of trouble, but was able to strike out Marchese looking to keep a 0 on the board in the top of the 3rd inning. This now is Kyle Sherrick for the HarbourCats. Sherrick enters play at 189 with a home run and 6 RBIs. And he hit that home run recently as well. It came back in the series finale last weekend on Sunday when he went. Check that. The home run came in Ridgefield. My mistake. In the second game of that series in Ridgefield late last week. This one is rolled towards short. Diving stop. The throw across. Not in time. Now it gets away. Sherrick's going to stay put as it was well backed up. But it is going to be an infield hit for Kyle Sherrick. Now just back to his recent play at the plate. So he hit his home run in Ridgefield last Friday night. And he's also been starting to heat up a little bit as well with that day he had on Sunday, a week back against Yakima Valley. He went 2 for 4 with a pair of doubles and 3 runs driven in on that day, where otherwise the HarbourCats didn't have much going offensively. So Sherrick was a bright spot then, and he's certainly a reliable outfielder as well. Good speed on the base paths, so he's a player who can contribute in a lot of different ways to the HarbourCats. Bramlett swings and fouls it to the backstop. Nothing in 1 the count as the HarbourCats now go back to the top of their order. That, by the way, just the 2nd hit in the ball game so far for Victoria. Now 2 hits each. Difference being the solo home run by Andreas Sosa for Cowlitz, putting them ahead 1-0. There goes Sherrick for second. The throw down is up the line towards first, and Sherrick has it stolen. So just as I mentioned the speed and the asset that it is for the HarbourCats to have Sherrick on base, he is able to steal a base with 1 away here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Sherrick now in scoring position. Pitch to Bramlett was a strike, so it's 0-2. Bramlett, of course, a fellow base stealer. And yesterday he set the HarbourCats record as he hits it on the ground to second base, and Bramlett will be retired as Ireland throws him out for out number 2. But he set the HarbourCats record in a single season for stolen bases with his 20th of the campaign. He is 0 for 2, though, to start tonight's ball game, and the HarbourCats' tying run is 90 feet away now at third base for Chase Mydroth, who will look to come up with a 2-out base knock to get that run in. Infield playing back for Cowlitz. This one gets away. Here comes Sherrick. He will score, and the game is tied. So after all, they didn't need a hit from Mydroth. There was a wild pitch that got the tying run in. So 2 away, bases now empty. First pitch, or make that the second pitch to Mydroth that missed for 2 balls and no strikes. There's a fastball at 88 that misses up high. It's now a 3-0 count. Griffin Paxton waiting on deck. 3 balls, no strikes to Chase Mydroth. That one misses for ball 4. So Mydroth takes his walk, and the inning will continue with Paxton getting a chance to hit here in this home half of the 3rd.
Jack up, yeah.
Pitch is low. It was blocked by Pickard, but it does allow Mydroth to take second base. So Pickard was not able to keep that one close enough to hold Mydroth at first, so he's now in scoring position for Paxton, and the HarbourCats now thinking about another 2-out base hit to give them the lead.
Come on, Griff.
1 ball and no strikes here to Paxton. Swinging a foul back to the screen. It's 1-1. Paxton struck out in his first at-bat, looking to put something in play here in his second at-bat to at least try to give Mydroth a chance to score from second here with 2 away. It's been a lengthy inning for Kyle Rich, looking for one more good pitch to get out of it. Paxton down the left field line. This ball is going to get down in fair territory, and it's going to be trouble. Mydroth scores. Paxton will stop at second with an RBI double. And it's 2-1 HarbourCats. It was a valiant effort in left field by Beckstead to lay out and try to make a catch on that, but he had a long run to get to it and could not get there. Paxton also was just able to keep it fair down that left field line. So it's now Playa at the plate. And Paxton replaces Mydroth at second. So the HarbourCats lead at 2-1. And a chance to keep the momentum going in this third inning. And if Playa can come up with another base hit. There was a breaking ball, and having to lunge over to it to keep it in front, there was Pickard. 1-0 now on Nick Playa, who is 0 for 1 so far. HarbourCats just starting to get going offensively here in this third inning. They have their second and third hits in the game, and their first 2 runs. Another one well outside, not close to the strike zone. It's 2-0. Big swing by Playa, but he fouled it straight back, and it's now 2-1. Paxton at second after the double that scored Chase Mydroth. Once again, Cowlitz not making any really concerted effort to keep him close to second base. And a 2-1 to Playa, misses for 3 balls and a strike.
Come on, Nick.
Good hitters count for Playa with another run out there waiting to be driven in. This one is drilled in the air to center, and stumbling in center field is Eager. It falls in for a base knock. Paxton will score, and Playa has an RBI single. Now it would have been interesting if Eager did not stumble in center field, whether he would have got to that ball or not. He may not have. But either way, it doesn't matter to the HarbourCats because Playa has another base hit and another RBI, number 23 for him on the season. And the HarbourCats now have a 3-run bottom of the third inning. Harrison Spahn at the plate. He doubled hard to left field in his first at-bat. And the inning is not quite over yet. Still 2 away. HarbourCats just keep on passing the baton as they've been known to do this season. It's what they've really done just about every night, where they'll have a spot where in the lineup everyone comes up and just keeps on reaching base, whether it's a single or a double. Don't hit a ton of home runs as a team, but they do hit for a lot of contact. And they score a lot of runs as Spahn strokes one into center. That's another base hit. Playa goes to second, and there's 2 on and 2 out now for Ty Schindel. So Spahn is 2 for 2. That brings the pitching coach, Justin Parrish, out of the dugout for Cowlitz to have a word with Kyle Rich here, who's just struggling a little bit on the hill. He started very well in the first 2 innings, and even the first 2 outs of this third inning. But now he's just run into some trouble. Also, while this is happening, Todd Haney from his third base coach's box has walked down towards home plate to deliver some instructions to Ty Schindel. Schindel popped out in his first at-bat, so he's 0 for 1. Chance to come up with a base hit here to potentially score another run for the HarbourCats. They already have 3 home on 4 hits in this bottom of the third. One ball, no strikes here on Schindel. Playa at second, Spawn at first, and 2 outs with 3 runs already home in the inning. Schindel takes a strike. It's now 1-1. That fastball clocked at 87 from Kyle Rich, who had been up near 88, 89. There is no activity going on in the bullpen at the moment. We also wondered about how long Rich might be going in this game, considering that he has not thrown a lot of multi-inning appearances. He's been mainly limited to 1 or 2 innings of relief work. 2 balls and a strike now on Schindel. Tyler Pettit would be next if the inning continues for the HarbourCats. The 2-1 pitch. Schindel with another pop-up that'll get out of play foul. It's 2-2 now.
Can't say I had that.
Rich looks in for the signs, and the pitch to Schindel is outside, blocked there by Pickard. It's now a full count, 3-2.
Take the boxing gloves off.
That's either his thumbs or his socks for the day.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Spawn and Playa will be off on the pitch. Schindel with a high bouncer towards the hole. Marchese gloves it. The throw is behind the pitcher covering. Playa will come in to score. Going to second is Schindel, and the HarbourCats get another run. It's 4-1. So the Black Bears not helping themselves out on that play. It should be an error on the first baseman Marchese. There's now 2 men in scoring position for Tyler Pettit. And it's a 4-run bottom of the third. Chance to make it an even bigger bottom of the third if Pettit can come through here with another hit. Spawn at third, Schindel at second after the error on Marchese as it's taken there for ball 1 by Pettit. Missing in tight there to Pettit. Good disciplined take. It's now a 2-0 count. Rich still looking for the final out of this inning as Pettit goes after it and comes up empty. It's now 2-1. Certainly is still his inning to finish. He's not going to get any help from the pen. Nothing going on movement-wise down there in left field.
Walk a long way, drive a short distance.
The 2-1 pitch in the dirt. Good take. It's 3-1. So good hitters count for Tyler Pettit. Got to pick something out and drive it to the outfield. It's been a long inning for Rich, so he could use first base that he has open if he wants to, but has again been a long inning for him. Here now is the 3-2. Pettit goes after it, skies it in the air on the infield to shortstop. It's going to be caught there by Smith, and that'll be all in the third inning. HarbourCats score 4 runs and have a 4-1 lead as we go to the middle frames on Go Live Broadcasts.
We've got Tracy trying to win Mexican dinner for 10.
2-2 pitch is hit well down the left field line. Going back, looking up, and it is gone. And the pitch. This one grounded up the middle, could be 2. There's the flip to second for 1. Haney to first, double play. And Fox is set for another 2-2. Swing and a miss, he got him. And those double play balls as well have helped him out. This one is caught on a dive. No, it's knocked down. The throw to first in time. Wagon Seller with a high fly ball. Deep left center field, and it is gone. And he's 5th in the league in RBIs as he grounds one to third, charging it with the bare hand spawn. The throw is in time. And the 1-2 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, here's a ball hit well in the air deep to left field, and this ball is gone. 0-2. Swing and a miss, he got him. And the 2-2. Strike 3 called, he got him. Here's a ball hit hard towards the hole, diving stop made by Bigford. He gets to his feet, and that's the inning. And Lewis is running right away for second, and he is safe as the ball tips off him. And he'll now head on for third, and he's coming home.
You guys home safe tonight, by the way we're going. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming to HarbourCats Baseball.
That's where they started.
Leading off the Blackbears, the right fielder, number 2, Brian Cromwell.
We go to the top of the 4th, and Regan McDonald goes back to work. He is through 3 solid innings for the HarbourCats. Allowed just 2 hits and 2 walks, 1 earned run, and 6 strikeouts through 3 for McDonald. And now the HarbourCats got him a lead. They scored him 4 runs in the last inning, so it's 4-1 HarbourCats as McDonald misses there with the fastball to start out the right fielder Brian Cromwell here to begin this top of the 4th. 5, 6, and 7 in the order for Cowlitz in this inning. Cromwell, Smith, and Beckstead. The second pitch from McDonald also misses for 2-0. HarbourCats also now out hitting the Black Bears 5-2. They also got the benefit of the one Cowlitz error in that last inning that scored the 4th run. There's a strike from McDonald. Now a 2-1 count. We've talked about Kyle Rich and not knowing how long he might be going in this game. 2-1 pitch in there for a strike. Good breaking ball at 78 from McDonald. It's 2-2. But similarly, a bit of a, not a concern I should say, but rather just a question of how long McDonald may go. Longest he has gone in one outing this summer is 4 innings. So he's approaching that here as this one is served out to second base. Parker Bramlett's throw, and plenty of time at first, and there's one gone.
Okay. I mean,
now letting shortstop number 6, Zach Smith.
So McDonald needs just 2 more outs to get through the 4 innings, as I just mentioned. We'll see if he can do that in fairly quick succession. If he would also be out for the top of the 5th. Swinging a foul back there by Zach Smith to begin his at-bat. Nothing in 1 the count. Well, the HarbourCats took game 1 yesterday, of course, with that 12-3 victory. And this is the only meeting between Victoria and Cowlitz this summer, unless, of course, the 2 teams meet in the playoffs, which would have to be in the West Coast League Championship Series. since the HarbourCats are in the North Division and Cowlitz in the South. There was a wave and a miss by Smith. It's 0-2. Going back to last season, the HarbourCats and Black Bears also had just the one meeting, and it was down in Cowlitz. It was a good close series between the two teams. 0-2 now. Strike 3 called. Got him on the inside corner with an 89-mile-per-hour fastball. And there's 2 away. Just back to last year's season series, it was a good close series, and in fact, all 3 games were decided by 1 run. HarbourCats won the first 2 by scores of 4-3 and 3-2 before Cowlitz took the finale 6-5. And so here in 2019, the Black Bears are in Victoria, and the HarbourCats do not make a trip to Cowlitz this season. Here's a towering fly ball to left field. It's taking Ty Schindel back towards the warning track, but he reaches up to make the catch. And that'll be all for Cowlitz in the 4th. Regan McDonald threw 4 innings of 1-run ball for Victoria. It is 4-1, HarbourCats in front.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back on the third base side once again for the entire race brought to you by Fast Times Grand Prix. Today we have Aaron and we have Caleb, and they're going to race out around
The town of View Royal was able to purchase land to build a new public safety building using provincial gaming revenue from hosting Elements Casino Victoria. The new building has larger sleeping quarters, so volunteer firefighters can be on call, on site, and respond to emergencies even faster. The building isn't only home to the town's fire department, though. It also has space for public safety staff and a secondary emergency operations center, too. BCLC, we're community-minded, with your community in mind.
Thank you very much.
Leading off for HarbourCats, no, you're the impartial, designated hitter from Yavapai Junior College, number 9, Nick Adams.
On we go to the bottom half of inning number 4. It's led off by the DH Nick Adams for the HarbourCats as he takes a strike from Kyle Rich to begin here this bottom half of inning number 4. It is still Kyle Rich out there throwing, so he'll look to bounce back after that last inning that just kind of dragged on and on for him. He is through 3 innings now for Cowlitz, has allowed 4 runs, 3 of them earned on 5 hits and a walk with 2 strikeouts. So before that tail end of the 3rd inning, Rich was actually pitching very well, and he'll look to get back to that here in the 4th. 2 balls and a strike to Adams, big swing and a foul back. It's now 2-2. HarbourCats will send 8, 9, and 1 to the plate here in their half of the 4th. Adams, Sherrick, and back to the top of the order for Bramlett. Here's a slow grounder towards 3rd. The bare hand scoop. The throw is in time. What a play by Andreas Sosa, and that gets Adams for the first out. Well, we've seen some good defense tonight. Chase Mydroth's diving catch at short comes to mind. There was another good play by Sosa. So bases empty, 1 out. Now for Kyle Sherrick, who is 1 for 1. Ball and no strikes here on Kyle Sherrick, and the pitch from Rich is drilled down the first base line, but it goes foul. That was an 88-mile-per-hour fastball, and Sherrick jumped on it. He was actually out in front of it. Hit it hard on the ground, but just foul down at first. So it's an even count now. Here's the 1-1. Started to go, but held up on the swing, and it's now 2 balls and a strike. Well, just looking around the stands at Wilson's Group Stadium, crowd is certainly filled out as the game has gone along here in the early innings. At the time of first pitch, you could see a fair number of empty seats still, but not the case anymore. Looks like another good crowd here on this Wednesday night. I think that might be a product partly of the fact that the HarbourCats are playing their second to last home series of the summer, in the regular season at least, as Sherrick strikes out here for the second out of the inning. So that's strikeout number 3 for Kyle Rich.
The second baseman from Angelos.
But even though it is a midweek series, HarbourCats season in the regular season, at least at home, is starting to come to a close, and some fans wanting to get out to see one more baseball game. We'll hope, of course, that they'll all come out when the HarbourCats are in the playoffs in just over a week's time. Bramlett hits it on the ground to short. Scooped up by Smith. The long throw across is in time at first, and that is all for the HarbourCats in the 4th. On we go to inning number 5, 4-1. Victoria in the lead on Go Live Broadcasts.
And folks, just to show how charitable they are, Moxie's Minutes, you automatically get a gift certificate from Moxie's, but Mike tells me you guys want to donate it to our next guest, which will be Arpa.
Absolutely.
All right, so thank you for Moxie's Minute, and thank you for your donation, and thank you for your support of the community.
For the Black Bears, catcher number 20, Pickard.
On we go to inning number 5 here at Wilson's Group Stadium. Regan McDonald back to work for the HarbourCats. There is a right-hander now warming up in the bullpen for Victoria. There is also a right-hander up for Cowlitz in their bullpen, so activity in both pens at the moment as we start out inning number 5. But Regan McDonald is just 3 outs away now from qualifying himself for the win, with the HarbourCats ahead 4-1. And he faces the last 2 men in the Cowlitz order here to start the 5th inning, with Heath Pickard, then Sam Ireland, before going back to the top for Andreas Sosa, who, remember, took him deep leading off the ball game in the 1st. He's ahead here, 0-2 of Pickard. And that one bounced to the plate. It's now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, the pitch count is starting to creep up there now for McDonald. That last pitch was number 66 for him on the mound. Here's the 1-2. Popped back out of play foul. It remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. McDonald, the long look in to his catcher Tyler Pettit. He's still ahead here of Pickard, and the 1-2. And he went around for the strikeout. Tag applied by Pettit, and there's one down to start the top of the 5th. Didn't even need to appeal that one. That was a clear swing by Pickard at home plate. So, good start to this inning. 1 out, bases empty for Regan McDonald and the HarbourCats. All 4 of their runs coming in the bottom of the 3rd inning to lead it 4-1. And again, just to reiterate, the lone run so far for Cowlitz coming on a 1st inning home run by Andreas Sosa. And I think we're now starting to get to the point where if you're in that Cowlitz dugout, you might be starting to think, well, is this going to go the same way as yesterday's game where Sosa homered in the 1st? And then the Black Bears got nothing in the run column until the 9th. So trying to not have a repeat of that. They do need to try to get to Regan McDonald here in this 5th inning, or at the very least try to get him out of the game, because aside from that one swing by Sosa, they have not had very much success against McDonald. Just the 2 hits so far through 4 1/3. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Ireland. It misses up high that time on an off-speed pitch from McDonald. It's now 2 balls and a strike. Now the 2-1 hit on the ground to second. Bramlett has plenty of time, and he will throw out Ireland for out number 2. So a nice start to this top of the 5th for McDonald. 2 quick outs, and he is 1 out away from getting through 5 excellent innings for the HarbourCats, just as Calvin Turchin did yesterday. Turchin had 7 strikeouts in those 5 innings. McDonald has already beaten that. He has 8 strikeouts through 4 2/3. There's a big swing and a miss by Sosa. Looked to be trying to take McDonald deep again on that swing. Saw a couple of big hacks from him as well yesterday. Not afraid to let it loose and swing for the fences when he sees fit up there. Oh, 1 pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, it is a good sign, the fact that McDonald is throwing well tonight. Turchin yesterday. HarbourCats have been dealt a couple of roster blows with a handful of their starting pitchers being forced to leave the team, either due to reaching innings limits or just being recalled back to school by their colleges. This is a rocket to shortstop, and it's caught by Myjaw to end the inning. McDonald shares a laugh there with Sosa at home plate. And it's 5 strong innings for Regan McDonald, 4-1. The HarbourCats in the lead, and we're halfway home at Wilson's Group Stadium.
Time to play a little heads or tails. Pretty easy, all you gotta do. Everybody, let's go, everybody. Put your hand on your head or your tail. If it's the same as the coin, you stay standing. If it is wrong, you sit down. It is tails. If your hand is on your head, sit down. Tails, if your hand is on your head, sit down. Nice try. Heads, if your hand is on your tail, sit down. I'm confusing myself here. Tails, if your hand is on your head, sit down. Still got a couple left in my section. Tails, if your hand is on your head, sit down. You got 1, I got 2. 3, sorry. Heads, if your hand is on your tail, sit down. I still got 2. Got 1 over here. Tails, if your hand is on your head, sit down. I still got 1. Heads, if your hand is on your tail, sit down. You still got 1? I think I'm just about done. You got 1 up there. Heads, if your hand is on your tail, sit down. Good, Andreas? Still got 1? So I got 1 there. That's it. We got a winner.
It's because I came straight from Sunfest and I didn't have time to go home. So I got like a fast gear. There you go.
Chase.
Leading off for your HarbourCats, he's a shortstop from San Diego, number 14, Chase Mydroth.
Chase Mydroth digs in here for the HarbourCats to begin their half of inning number 5. 2, 3, and 4 in the order for Victoria, with Mydroth and Paxton and Playa scheduled to hit. First pitch swinging, he hits it on the ground to second. Ireland bobbled it for a moment, but his throw is in time to get Mydroth at first for the out. We also have a new pitcher on the hill here for the bottom of the 5th for Cowlitz. It's Kyle Smith from Whitby, Ontario, and he goes to Niagara University. So Smith standing at 6'6", 220 pounds, and he's pitching on home soil here in Canada, and albeit on the opposite coast. He's from Ontario, but he's playing here for Cowlitz, and he's playing in BC here this evening. 1-0 pitch now coming up to Griffin Paxton. There's a strike, and it's 1-1. Smith on the season is 1-1 with a 6.42 ERA and 9 appearances on the campaign. He's thrown a total of 21 innings, has allowed 15 hits and 18 walks with 16 strikeouts. So the one number that I'm sure Smith would like to get down a little bit is the walk number. This one goes right underneath the glove of Ireland at second, and that'll allow Paxton to reach base. See how that one's ruled, because that was certainly a play that you would expect to be made at second base. Well, I don't think Ireland actually touched that baseball, because it has been ruled a hit for Griffin Paxton. So he's at first with one away. Now Nick Playa will step in for the HarbourCats. Swing and a miss by Playa, and it's 0-1. There's a big breaking ball that dips down low to Playa. 1 ball, 1 strike. Playa 1 for 2. Run and an RBI also on his line. With that 1 for 2 day tonight, he has seen his average rise up to 273 now entering this at bat. Fastball at 89 that is taken up above the zone. It's now 2 balls and a strike.
When I was swimming today, I just saw it from my class.
All right.
Paxton, a small lead off of first. The 2-1 pitch to Playa is in there at the knees for strike 2.
Let me get my 6-iron out.
Well, it was a bit of a cloudy day here in Victoria, and right now the sun is hiding behind the clouds too, but it is still a warm evening in the BC capital, up above 20 degrees Celsius. That one bounced well in front of home plate, and it kicks off of the catcher. Bex make that pick guard, I should say, behind the plate. So going to second is Paxton. He's now in scoring position, and the count is 3-2.
Pick a sign, boys. Pick a sign.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away here in the bottom of inning number 5. HarbourCats trying to add to their 4-1 lead. And the pitch to Playa broke his bat, and it goes foul. Didn't actually, I don't think, break the bat, he just chipped it, but regardless, Playa's not going to be able to use that same piece of lumber.
Do it. You did well last year. Nick Playa, can I have a souvenir?
So Playa will grab a new bat and step back into the batter's box. Still 3-2. Paxton reaching base on that play that should have been made at second by Sam Ireland, but was not made, and it was ruled a base hit because Ireland did not actually touch the ball, so it could not be ruled an error.
Your island is.
That one came inside and hit Playa, and he will take first base was going to be ball 4 anyway. Looks like he's all right as he just jogs lightly down towards first. So a full count, a couple base runners on for the HarbourCats, and now Harrison Spahn will step in.
The third baseman from Cal Baptist, number 6, Harrison Spahn.
Thanks, Ashley.
Spahn already is 2 for 2 in this ball game. Trying to keep it perfect at the plate with a 3 for 3 as he files it back. Nothing in one count. Playa at first now with Bramlett make that Paxton at second. 1 away in the bottom of the 5th inning. HarbourCats now up to 6 hits to just 2 hits on the side of the Black Bears. And the 0-1 to Spahn is missing for 1 ball and 1 strike. There's a wave and a miss by Spahn. It's now 1-2. Good off-speed pitch at 76 that time from Smith. Smith ahead here of Harrison Spahn. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looking to finish him off here for the second out. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. Spahn with a chopper foul off of his leg. Still 1-2. Just a little bit of movement going on now in the Cowlitz bullpen, although this should be Smith's inning to complete. HarbourCats do not have anyone up in their pen at the moment. So we'll see if Regan McDonald tries to go out to start the 6th, or if it's someone else on the mound for Victoria. Spahn with a wave and a miss, and that is going to be out number 2 as Smith slowed that one right down to 78 on the breaking ball, and he got Spahn out in front of it for the second out. So it's going to be up to Ty Schindel for the HarbourCats to get something out of this inning. 2 on, 2 out. Schindel at the plate. HarbourCats scored all 4 of their runs back in the 3rd inning and have nothing in any other frame tonight, but it's enough to lead 4-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch strike to Schindel, and Smith ahead 0-1. HarbourCats do now have a right-hander up starting to throw. There is a strike to Schindel, 0-2. Schindel tonight is 0 for 2, trying to come through with a 2-out base hit to give Griffin Paxton a chance to score from second.
Come on, 1-3.
Playa, meanwhile, is the other base runner at first, and the 0-2. That'll miss outside on a 90-mile-per-hour fastball from Kyle Smith. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here now, the 1-2 pitch. And it's on the way to Schindel. Swung on and fouled away down the left side. It's still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, the light's just now coming on out there in the outfield. Just about 8:10 local time here in Victoria. We're in the bottom of inning number 5. HarbourCats with a 4-1 lead over the Black Bears. Not a super sunny night, but still a pleasant night for baseball as this one gets all the way to the backstop. And both runners move up. Schindel, did he get hit by that ball? That's the question. No, he did not. Missed him, but it came inside. Looked like just for a moment he was starting to walk towards first, maybe just to try to persuade the home plate umpire John Hollett to give him first base, but Schindel is still up there in a now 2-2 count. And pitch number 21 in the inning coming up from Smith. 2 men now in scoring position. The 2-2 is a wave and a miss. Throw will go down to first from Pickart to complete the strikeout, and that is the inning. So Smith freezes a pair of base runners in scoring position, and the HarbourCats are still in front 4-1 as we go to the 6th.
Time to pay attention to the big screen. It could be you. Get off your phone, fella. There we go. A little. I like your hustle. There we go. Who's next? You're not paying attention, people. Oh, there we go. We're gonna get one. Oh, no.
Great job, boys. Nice camera work, man.
It is at 50-50 right now. It's up to $850 to the winner. We're going to be pretty close to a grand, and then could even be over.
One back here. One here.
Big round of applause for our game day crew right in the field.
Just one bag or two bags?
In the grumpy pants.
Now pitching for your HarbourCats from Lower Columbia, number 53, Mikey.
Throw it.
Go Devils! Go Big Mike! Fucking baby!
We go to the 6th inning, and a new pitcher on for the HarbourCats here to start the top of the 6th. The first pitch swinging is Ellis Stevens as he throws it to third base, or grounds it to third base, excuse me, thrown across there by Spawn for the out. Also saw Chase Mydroth just mirroring him kind of in behind, as if Mydroth had fielded that ball. That's what threw me off. Mydroth did the throwing motion right at the same time Spawn did, but the HarbourCats did get the out. So on one pitch, it is an out for the new right-hander who stands at 5'11", 180 pounds, out of Lower Columbia College. That's Mikey Cowlitz. He is headed for his sophomore season next year at Lower Columbia, and he's a native of Kent, Washington, and a graduate of Kent Ridge High School. 0-1 now the count on Colton Eager after Stevens was retired. Hit hard into right field. That'll be through for a base hit. So 1 on and 1 out now as Eager gets his first base hit of the ball game. He's now 1 for 2 with also a walk on his line. It'll be now Josh Marchese to step in. Yet to put a ball in play here in the game tonight. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. There's a strike to Marchese, 0-1. Once again, Cowlitz in the zone to start this at bat. After Marchese, it'll be Brian Cromwell to hit for Cowlitz. There's strike 2. Cowlitz ahead here, no balls, 2 strikes. Decent lead off of first for Eager. The 0-2 pitch is going to dip down low. Off speed at 71 from Cowlitz. It's now A 1-2 count. Black Bears looking for some offense here in this top of the 6th inning. All of their offense in this series has come via the long ball. 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Good block there by Pettit. 2-2. But it was an Andreas Sosa solo home run yesterday in the first inning that got them off to a good start. But then Cowlitz saw the HarbourCats score 12 unanswered runs, and the Black Bears did not score again until the 9th, as it misses outside with the 80-mile-per-hour fastball from Cowlitz. A full count, 3-2 now to Marchese.
All right, Mike, let's go, baby.
And in that 9th inning yesterday, Zach Smith went deep with a 2-run shot to make it a final score of 12-3 for the HarbourCats. And then tonight, so far, all their offense once again, an Andreas Sosa home run. This is past a diving Chase Mydroth into center field. It'll be a 1-out base knock for Marchese. So 2 on with 1 out. Black Bears looking to get something going here in this top of the 6th inning. They finally were able to get Regan McDonald out of the ball game, and what an excellent outing it was for him. 5 innings, 2 hits, 2 walks, 1 earned run, and 8 strikeouts for McDonald. Certainly seems like his best outing of the season, and he's in line for the win. So far 0-1 on the season, so McDonald looking for his first win, but the HarbourCats, in order to get him that win, need to hold the lead here the rest of the way. This is Brian Cromwell at the dish, the right fielder for Cowlitz. 2 on, 1 out. Black Bears have something going offensively in this inning, trying to make the most of it and work their way back into the game. Cromwell with a high fly ball to deep left field, going back on it towards the wall, leaping up, and it is gone. A 3-run home run ties the game at 4. And just like that, the HarbourCats lead is evaporated in this top of the 6th. So unfortunately, as we were just talking about with McDonald, he's going to have to settle for a no decision tonight. It will be a bullpen game from here with both teams into their bullpen. For Cowlitz, if you're looking at it from their perspective, happiest man in the dugout will be Kyle Rich, who is now off the hook. There's a big swing and a miss on the first pitch to Zach Smith, who again homered in yesterday's game. So it's 0-1 here as Kalia tries to settle back in and keep it tied here in the top of the 6th. There is a strike. 0-2 now. So Kalia right back in and around the zone, and he's ahead here of Smith, looking for one more good pitch to finish him off. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Good fastball. That time well located from Kalia, and there's 2 down.
Now batting the left fielder, number 24, Seth Beckstead.
Una cosa me da risa, Pancho Villas en camisa.
So nobody on and 2 out for Cowlitz now as we are in the top of inning number 6. This is Seth Beckstead, the left fielder. Beckstead with a slow roller to third. Harrison spawned the scoop. Throw across the diamond in plenty of time at first, and that is the inning. So a good finish to the frame for Kalia, but not the start he wanted. Serving up that 3-run home run to tie the game at 4 as we go to the bottom of the 6th.
All right, fans, it's time for the Moxie Minute Part 2. Take it away, Shane.
All right, thank you, Dan. I'm here with John Evans. He's the CEO of Our Place, celebrating 50 years of helping people get better, and that's very important. You guys should go to the brand new place. Tell them to look at. You go upstairs.
We were getting married in the most beautiful rural setting. My mom got sick and couldn't be with us for our big day. I was heartbroken. Thankfully, we discovered ExploreNet. They responded right away and connected us to high-speed internet. Our big day was incredible. because it felt like Mom was there.
ExploreNet. Connect to what matters.
This is so good.
Let me show you why. Our growers, they select the beans, not as easy as it seems. This one's perfect, that one too. So many great beans to brew. Premium Arabica. Ship them off to Canada. Arrive at our roastery. Sorting, roasting every bean. Taste test each cup. Coffee masters give thumbs up. Handcraft fresh brew. Spreading joy is what we do. From bean to cup, that is how we brew it up.
Cool. How are you making donuts?
Leading off for your HarbourCats, the catcher from Incarnate Word, number 28, Tyler Pettit.
Back here for the bottom half of inning number 6, and anyone's game now as the HarbourCats and Black Bears are tied at 4 with the Brian Cromwell 3-run home run in the top half of the inning. So Tyler Pettit steps in here. Little pop-up out to shallow left center field. Could be trouble, and it falls in. And Pettit needed that. He was mired in a little bit of a slump, but he'll take it. There's a base hit to start out this bottom of the 6th. Well, let's do a little housekeeping, shall we, with a spare moment in the bottom of the 6th inning. First, of course, we'll remind you that craft services for Go Live broadcasts are provided by Molly's Fish and Chips in Victoria, BC. There's the great Molly's food truck. They're one of many great food trucks here at Wilson's Group Stadium. In fact, I've heard a lot of people say, just talking to fans who come out to the park, that yes, they come for the baseball, but another big reason people come out to the HarbourCats games is because of the great selection of food trucks here at Wilson's Group Stadium. Really adds to the experience of taking in a ball game with the wide variety of excellent food options at the park. Also, another note, as Nick Adams is at the plate here for the HarbourCats, a throw over to first, diving back in is Pettit. HarbourCats with a runner at first, nobody out. But another note for you quickly, and a reminder to keep sending in your tweets, as we always do. We'll show some live tweets using the hashtag HarbourCats in between some of the inning breaks. Adams with a strikeout here as he fished in the dirt at that breaking ball at 78 from Smith. And that is the first out of the inning.
Power stroke batter, the right fielder from Seattle University, number 54, Kyle Sherrick.
Well, this one gets all the way to the backstop, and that'll allow Tyler Pettit to advance 90 feet up to second. Here's Kyle Sherrick for Victoria. 1 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. HarbourCats now have the go-ahead run in scoring position right after allowing the game to be tied up at 4-4. The 1-0 pitch is hit hard to short. That is going to be an out, and it's a double play. It was caught before it hit the ground at short by Smith, and he doubles off Pettit at second to end the inning. So on we go to the 7th. It's a 4-4 ball game here at Wilson's Group Stadium.
All right, friends, it is time for the Good Life Fitness Bubble Ball contest. Today we have Robert and Justin. The object is quite simple. Knock over your opponent's pillar before he knocks over yours. Let's see how this one goes. On your marks, get set, go! This is not for the timid folks. There's your winner. That is brought to you by Good Life Fitness. Fans, a big thank you to the Commissionaires for providing security for all HarbourCats games. Commissionaires trusted every day, everywhere, safeguarding community. Fans, Game 3 of the series goes tomorrow afternoon, a special matinee 1 o'clock game here at Wilson's Group Stadium with Business Person Getaway Day. The Cats will then hit the road for a week-long road trip, returning home to host friends and lefties in a 3-game set beginning next Friday with Jersey Off Our Backs Night, followed by fireworks on Saturday and Fan Appreciation Day Sunday. Go online or stop by the HarbourCats office to secure your seats. That fireworks game is selling fast, just so you know. You've been warned. Enter the draw for the Shakeout prize package, Earthquake Preparedness Kit. If I got a number for you, it's your little red ticket, 180377. 180377. That is your Shakeout Earthquake Prepared Kit draw. If that is your number, head to the table by the front gate. Leading off for the Black Bears, the catcher number 20, Heath Pickard.
We've reached the late innings here at Wilson's Group Stadium. HarbourCats and the Black Bears still tied at 4, and Garrett Goodall is the new pitcher on for Victoria. There's a big looping curveball at 75 on the radar gun that is swung on and missed by Heath Pickard to begin this top of the 7th. HarbourCats out hitting the Black Bears 7-5, but all knotted up at 4 where it counts on the scoreboard. There is a strike at 86 from Goodall. It's 0-2. Goodall, we know all about him from last summer, and he's making his 6th appearance of the season out of the bullpen for the HarbourCats. There's a big swing and a miss, and Pickard strikes out for out number 1. But again, back to Goodall, we know all about him from last year. He was the HarbourCats co-pitcher of the year, led the team in innings pitched. He was also an all-star as a starting pitcher. All 5 of his previous appearances have come out of the bullpen, but we are expecting that maybe later towards the end of the season and in the playoffs, Goodall could become a starting pitcher for the HarbourCats. They have not been able to use him as a starting pitcher this summer because of a lot of innings he threw this past college season at Embry-Riddle, so they wanted to give him a bit of a rest. But Goodall has been used here and there out of the bullpen. He has not been at his best out of the bullpen, although, to be fair, really it was only one bad outing for him that made the overall numbers look a little ugly. There's a strike to Sam Ireland. It's 0-2. In his first 3 outings out of the bullpen, he did not allow a run. In his last 2, though, and a combined 4 1/3 innings, he has allowed 7 earned runs, so looking to clean that up here. And he's looking strong out there to start this top of the 7th. That's another quick strikeout, and he made short work of Ireland for out number 2.
You guys got a day job.
So back to the top of the order now for Cowlitz, and Andreas Sosa will step in, 1 for 2 with that solo home run to lead off the ball game in the top of the 1st. And this is again the Garrett Goodall that we became accustomed to watching last summer for the HarbourCats. There's a breaking ball that misses at 75 for ball 1 to start out Sosa. This has turned into a good ball game tonight. HarbourCats and the Black Bears knotted up at 4-4. Back and forth affair as well. Little roller foul off the bat of Sosa. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. There was a very good crowd for a Tuesday night game last night, over 2,200, and we've broken the 2,000 fan mark as well tonight. It's 2,017, the official attendance number on this Wednesday night. Hit hard back up the middle. This will sneak through into center for a base knock, and Sosa is 2 for 3. So Goodall, after the 2 strikeouts, is denied the 1-2-3 inning. but still a chance to put up a 0 here, and he's only thrown 9 pitches so far, so despite allowing a base hit, still a chance for a very quick inning for Goodall. He's going to face Ellis Stevens, the DH. Stevens goes after the first pitch down the right field line. Long run for Sherrick towards the foul line. He makes the catch. And that is all for Cowlitz in the 7th. We've reached the 7th inning stretch at Wilson's Group Stadium. Still a tied ball game, 4-4.
And the start of the 7th inning stretch brought to you by BC Transit. Get on up, stretch out, and sing the Get Me Out to the Ball.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jams. I don't care if I ever get back, 'cause it's good for the HarbourCats. If they don't win, it's a shame, 'cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, we're out at the old ball game. Sitting in my car outside your side.
Leading off for your HarbourCats, the second baseman from Antelope State, number 25, Parker Bramblett.
To the home half of inning number 7, and it's the top of the order due up for the HarbourCats. So a good spot for them to try to get some runs on the board and see if they can work their way back into the lead after seeing their 4-1 advantage be wiped out with a 3-run home run in the top of the 6th inning. That coming from Brian Cromwell. So it's a 4-4 game here as we are now in the late innings at Wilson's Group Stadium. The lights are on, the sun still setting. Still a fair amount of daylight though here at Wilson's Group Stadium on this beautiful Wednesday night.
And you got a good
up high there to Bramlett. It's a 3-0 count. This is still Kyle Smith on the hill for Cowlitz. He is through 2 strong innings of relief. He has allowed just 2 hits and no walks with 3 strikeouts to keep it at 4 runs for the HarbourCats overall. Bramlett takes in tight for ball 4. So the first walk issued by Smith since he came into the ball game, and so for him, not the way you want to start the bottom of the 7th inning when the HarbourCats have the leadoff man aboard, and it's a 4-pitch walk as well for Bramlett, and now speed is on the base paths for the HarbourCats, and the go-ahead run also on base for Chase Mydroth. Mydroth is 0 for 2, but he has walked and scored a run tonight. Throw over to check on Bramlett. Last night broke the HarbourCats single-season stolen base record, so he now owns the record. Might see him try to run here in this situation, would not be surprised. Mydroth takes one, and it's 0-1. Well, a lot the HarbourCats can try to do here, whether they want to be aggressive on the base paths to see if Bramlett can steal a base. There's another throw over. It was a little low. Smith, of course, has to be careful. Throwing over to Josh Marchese at first.
Like for good luck.
This is good.
That's yours. Yeah, I'll take it. No, it's yours now. Oh, really? Baby?
There was a fastball at 89 that missed above the zone to Mydroth. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, all the offense for the HarbourCats coming in the 3rd inning. They scored all 4 runs in that bottom of the 3rd. Meanwhile, on the Cowlitz side, all the offense coming on the long ball for them. A 3-run home run in the top of the 6th and a solo home run in the top of the 1st, which fell right in line with what happened yesterday as well. There goes Bramlett. The throw down is in time to get him, and he is caught stealing for the first out. Bramlett did not get the greatest of jumps, because usually when he gets a good jump, he has a base stolen with his speed. That time, though, it was a good throw from the catcher Pickard for Cowlitz, and Bramlett also did not get the best of jumps off of Smith.
Best of luck. Watch out, you're up against Matt tonight, dude.
So 2 balls and a strike to Mydroth. That one misses. It's a 3-1 count. Now, just back to what I was saying a moment ago about Cowlitz, all their runs in the first 2 games of this series have come from home runs. A couple of Andreas Sosa long balls, and a 3-run home run by Cromwell, and a 2-run shot last night from Zach Smith. There's a walk issued to Mydroth, so he will replace Bramlett over there at first with 1 out, and Griffin Paxton will get another chance to hit. First pitch fouled back. Mydroth this time was running, but he's going to have to go back to first with that foul ball by Paxton.
Thank you very much.
Paxton 2 for 3 tonight, run and an RBI as well on his line. Those 2 hits in his 3 at-bats have seen his average rise up to 325 now coming into this at-bat. So Paxton continues to swing the bat for the HarbourCats. He's done it all year long, and he's never really shown any signs of slowing up. See if Mydroth's going to be running again here. He is not on this pitch. There's a good fastball at an even 90 on the gun for strike 2 to Paxton.
Yeah, I'll not get to go? Were you like in line?
Well, a right-hander up in the bullpen for Cowlitz starting to throw, so this is probably going to be the last inning for Smith, who has now worked his way through 2 1/3 very strong innings of relief. Another check on Mydroth over there at first, who is back in. And another one quickly there, trying to catch him sleeping maybe. HarbourCats do run a lot. They steal a lot of bases. They do get caught stealing a fair amount, but that's part of it for Todd Haney, as we'll check on Mydroth once more at first. Talked to Parker Bramlett about that yesterday, and he said that as soon as he showed up to Victoria, and the first thing Todd Haney said to him was he has the ultra green light to go whenever he wants, and Bramlett has taken that and made the most of it for sure. Big swing and a miss by Paxton. He strikes out on the high fastball, and there's 2 down. Just back to wrap that point on Bramlett. Certainly a big endorsement of his speed and his ability to steal a base. The fact that he gets good jumps and has the speed to steal them. But Todd Haney trusts his ability to do that. And Bramlett did get caught stealing earlier in this inning, but it's not a regular occurrence for him. He's oftentimes giving pitchers fits out there on the hill, trying to keep an eye on him on the base paths. And again, he does have that trust, the ultimate level of trust for Todd Haney to say that he has the green light to go whenever he thinks he can steal one. Fastball missing to Nick Playa, 1 ball, no strikes. Chase Mydroth at first, 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Still a tied ball game at 4-4. HarbourCats looking to try to push across the go-ahead run here in the home half of inning number 7. And the 1-0 pitch to Playa is a strike. It's 1-1.
Oh, you missed it.
Now, I mentioned the point about all of the offense in this series for Cowlitz coming on the long ball. They've hit 4 home runs in 2 games, and that's surprising because they don't hit a lot of home runs as a team. In fact, they've hit the 3rd fewest home runs of any team in the West Coast League with 18 on the season. To put it in perspective, the HarbourCats have hit 36, so they've hit double. But just as it happens to be in this series, Cowlitz has been hitting a lot of them. Two balls and a strike now on Nick Playa. Look in from Smith, and he's set for the pitch. There's a strike on the outside corner, and Playa didn't like it. Neither did the umpires in the seats. A loud groan from the home plate, or the home fans, I should say, towards the home plate umpire, John Holland. But it was called a strike, so it's now 2-2, 2 away in the inning, and Chase Mydroth at first. Here's the 2-2 pitch. There goes Mydroth, hit on the ground into right field. The hit and run works to perfection. Mydroth gets to third. He is going to get the late stop sign as the throw goes back now to third. Mydroth in safe. And so Playa hit it right where Sam Ireland would have been had Chase Mydroth not been running. But as soon as Mydroth broke for second, Ireland went to cover the bag, and it was hit right to where he just left. So runners at the corners with 2 away. Harrison Spahn stepping in, and the HarbourCats have the right man at the plate here, needing a 2-out base hit because Spahn in this ball game is 2 for 3. So Mydroth at third, Playa at second. Also interesting to see on that play that it was a ground ball to right field. So the first pitch to Spahn is a swing and a foul back to the screen, 0-1. But the Black Bears and Cromwell in right field took a little while to get it back in, and Todd Haney saw that, and he almost started to wave Mydroth home. Would have been quite something, even though he was running on the pitch, for him to score all the way from first on a routine ground ball base hit into right field, but he almost got the wave home. Then at the last second got a stop sign. There's another throw over to check on a base runner at first from Smith that was low. So he has to be careful there, does not want to throw one away with the go-ahead run 90 feet from home plate. And Mydroth with good speed and alert to any sort of miscue. There's a wave and a miss by Spahn. It's 0-2. Good fastball at 89 from Smith. He is one good pitch away from escaping this 2-out. Runners at the corner jam. Fans get into it. HarbourCats trying to push across that go-ahead run 90 feet away. Smith looks in, peek over his shoulder, the 0-2. Spahn with a pop-up on the infield. This is going to be taken care of by Ireland, and that is the inning. So the HarbourCats threaten, but cannot score, and we go to the 8th. It remains tied 4-4 here at Wilson's Group Stadium.
All right, fans, it is time for the Flying Squirrel Dizzy Back Contest. Today we have Matt and Gare. Object of this game, put your head on the back, spin around 10 times, and then go high-five Harvey. Down.
Head on the bat and the bat on the ground, okay?
Heads down, on your marks, get set, go!
Let's go! One.
Good spinning, good spinning. Keep going, guys, keep going.
Faster.
The world's largest indoor assembly.
7.
He's having too much fun. 2 more. 7 more. Double or nothing. Search to 30.
Here you go.
Thanks, guys.
Nice work.
Average.
Nice work, Irish. Keep it up, guys. That's fun. Somebody film that? We do it. That's how we do it. Okay. Thank you.
Leading off.
Who are we to criticize? I'll tell you. I stop at 10. No way, oh yeah, a bonus couple? I would see if I could get away with 9.
Honk at 5, so
That's
I know
why
I'm
we have the 2 judges.
We play on to inning number 8 here in Victoria, starting to get a little dark as this one is stroked into right field. Diving catch is made by Sherrick, and that's out number 1. Taking a base hit or maybe more away from Colton Eager. Well, the HarbourCats showing out defensively tonight. Couple great plays now been made defensively, including that one there by Sherritt. And that's a quick out number one now for Garrett Goodall, who is into his second inning of relief. He needed just 10 pitches to get through that last inning, the top of the 7th, and he's gotten one out on one pitch to start the top of the 8th. There's a wave and a miss by Marchese. No balls, one strike. This is the dangerous part of the order for Cowlitz with 3, 4, and 5. Marchese takes one in there, strike 2. But it's Eager, Marchese, and then Cromwell who hit the 3-run home run in his last at bat. Goodall, though, has been looking sharp on the hill through his inning and a third. The 0-2. Close but missed, and it's 1-2. HarbourCats bullpen is quiet, so Goodall will definitely, as it looks like, will go through this 8th inning. We'll see if he also comes out for the 9th. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves just yet. Marchese strikes out. And there's 2 down in the inning for Marchese. That is his 3rd strikeout tonight. Bases clear, 2 away. Here's Cromwell once again, and as I just mentioned, the big swing of the bat in his last trip to the plate, the 3-run home run that tied it at 4. HarbourCats trying to get us to the bottom of the 8th inning, where they will once again look to push across the go-ahead run. Cromwell, though, having gone deep in his last at bat, might just be swinging away for another one here. Bases clear, 2 out. Why not? In a tie ball game here late in the game, top of the 8th inning. Even count here, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases are empty with 2 gone. And here comes the 1-1 from Goodall. Little foul tip is going to be 1-2. Cromwell just reaching out and got a little piece of it. Well, the HarbourCats are a very good defensive team. You don't always see those highlight reel plays, though, and we've seen a couple of them tonight. Just referring back to that Sherrick diving catch a moment ago. That was close from Goodall, but not ruled a strike. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes now with 2 away. Next pitch for Goodall will be his 20th in the 2 innings he's thrown in relief. Here's the 2-2. Hit hard to third. This is past a diving spawn into left field, and it's going to be extra bases as the throw comes in. The relay, the tag is not in time. Looked like, from my vantage point, they got him, but ruled safe at second. And Todd Haney wants to have a word with second base umpire Rhonda Pauls. My goodness, that was close. Excellent relay, though, from the HarbourCats. Todd Haney wants to make his point here and see if perhaps he can get the umpires to convene and talk about it. I think that's his goal here, just to try to maybe convince Pauls to call the umpiring crew together to have a chat, because they can overturn it if another umpire had a better view of it.
Right there.
Now, it's a very tough one to see, especially from my vantage point up here, but it looked like the base runner was out. So Todd Haney returns back to the dugout for the HarbourCats, and safe at second with the double is Cromwell. So the inning will continue. HarbourCats look like so there's a ball here to the next hitter at the plate, which is Zach Smith, the shortstop. This could be a point of contention for the HarbourCats if this run comes in to score here in the top of the 8th inning. Smith takes one outside. It's 2-0. Goodall, again, has been pitching very well. That was some hard contact a moment ago from Cromwell, but before that had been throwing very effectively through an inning and 2/3. Still, though, a chance for him and the HarbourCats to get through this top of the 8th without any damage. Just need one more out. 2-0 pitch is a wave and a miss there by Smith. It's 2-1.
I remember a lot of marijuana seeds popping.
Good lead off of second as well for Smith, or for Cromwell, I should say, with Smith at the plate. In the dirt. Good block by Pettit and not allowing Cromwell to think about going to third. But it is a 3-1 count, so a good hitter's count for Smith. In tonight's ball game, Smith is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, so looking to avoid the old golden sombrero in this at-bat. But he did go deep, I mentioned earlier in the game, but he did go deep yesterday, so he has that kind of power. Here, though, just needs a 2-out base hit. The 3-1 is fouled back. It's 3-2.
Hey, your pitch now. It was still a good show, but it was.
Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. In the top of the 8th inning, the go-ahead run in scoring position for Cowlitz. And here's the payoff pitch from Goodall. Hit hard right to short, and Mydroth makes the catch to end the inning. On we go to the bottom of the 8th, 4-4 HarbourCats, still deadlocked with the Black Bears.
It is a blue ticket. Don't yell at me, I don't draw them. 0, 0, 3, 4, 6, 9. 0, 0, 3, 4, 6, 9. You have won $1,252. Head to the info booth to claim your prize. And congratulations to Kim Taylor and Tour to Rock group tonight.
Oh, I was right.
You guys feel like singing? You know you do. Let's hear ya.
No, it's not. No, I didn't hear that. Oh, now I'm drunk. Now I'm going to keep trying to figure out
One more time, as loud as you can.
No, I don't think, no, there's nothing. I don't get it. Close.
There we have it. The best fans in the WCL, give yourselves a big round of applause. Leading off for your HarbourCats, the left fielder from San Diego, Christian, number 13, Ty Schindel.
We're in the bottom of the 8th inning, and the HarbourCats looking to take the lead here with Ty Schindel at the plate. We're tied 4-4. And the first pitch to him is an 88-mile-per-hour fastball that misses up high. 1 ball, no strikes. It is 6, 7, and 8 in the order for the HarbourCats. Schindel, Pettit, and then Adams. Now the 1-0 pitch downstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. This is still, by the way, the same pitcher on the hill for Cowlitz as Kyle Smith keeps on throwing into his 4th inning of relief. He's thrown now a total of 50 pitches in relief. That was his 51st pitch that dropped in for strike 1 to Ty Schindel, who tonight is 0 for 3.
Yeah, I was here for it.
Who were they playing? Doesn't matter. That wasn't a league game?
Yes. Yeah, the extra inning game was a league game. Yep.
Yeah, it went to like 11 o'clock at night or 11:30 or something.
Yeah, it was pretty
Now the 2-1. Swung on and flown foul down the left field line. It's now a 2-2 count. Well, we've now been tied since the 6th inning. Black Bears struck first tonight with the home run. First hitter to come to the plate in the game. Andreas Sosa went deep on the second pitch of the game to lead 1-0, but then the HarbourCats responded with 4 in the bottom of the third to lead it 4-1. But that was erased on a 3-run home run by Brian Cromwell in the top of the 6th inning. So since then, it's been a 4-4 scoreline. Looking for a run on either side to break it here in the late innings. 3-2 to Schindel, a wave and a miss, and he got him swinging for the first out. Let's now take a look at the West Coast League out-of-town scoreboard tonight. 4 other games in action to tell you about, and in the bottom of the 7th inning down in Corvallis, the Knights with an 8-1 lead over the Bend Elks at Goss Stadium. In Kelowna, the Falcons are trailing the Port Angeles Lefties in a North Division matchup by a score of 4-1. That one in the top of the 9th inning. Down in Ridgefield, the Bellingham Bells paying a visit to the Raptors. It's 8-1 Bellingham in the bottom of the 7th. And a 4-0 score for Walla Walla over Portland. That one at Walker Stadium in Portland in the top of the 6th inning. So 5 games in total on the West Coast League slate here this evening. The Wenatchee Apple Sox are off. HarbourCats coming into tonight tied with the Apple Sox for first in the second half North Division standings. But the Apple Sox have played 2 more games, so tonight and tomorrow the HarbourCats will make up those 2 games, and they'll have the same number of games played after tomorrow's Thursday afternoon series finale. There's a strike on Tyler Pettit. It's 1-2. Well, Pettit is 1 for 3, came up with a little bloop base hit in his last at bat. We'll see if that can spark him offensively. Base is empty, 1 away. Here's the 1-2 pitch. There's a breaking ball running in tight, and it's now a 2-2 count. Swinging a foul away over the right side, this time by Pettit. Still 2-2. Really is, when you look at the standings, especially in the north where the HarbourCats are concerned, mainly is a 2-team race at the moment. Now the Port Angeles Lefties, what's interesting for them is that they're a 2 back of the HarbourCats. So if the Apple Sox were to struggle towards the end of the season, Pettit did, oh no, he did go. They say he went around by Steve Boutang, the first base umpire. So another call the HarbourCats won't be pleased with, but it's out number 2. Just back to the Lefties, what is interesting is the fact that they're 2 back of the HarbourCats coming into tonight, and the Lefties still have 6 games left against the HarbourCats. In fact, the last 6 games of both of the HarbourCats and Lefties seasons will be against each other. First 3 in Port Angeles next week, and then over the weekend here in Victoria. So the Coho Ferry rivalry will be in full effect next week with 6 straight between the HarbourCats and the Lefties. If you're not familiar, Port Angeles just a short ferry ride away. Nick Adams rolls this one through into left field for a base hit. That keeps the inning going, and Kyle Sherrick will be next. But what that does mean for Port Angeles is that it's very much in their hands, because if they stay close to Wenatchee, then take care of business when they play the HarbourCats, they'll have a good chance to beat out the HarbourCats if they can win more of those games than they lose, and then try to take the second half division crown and make the playoffs that way. Port Angeles was a new team in the West Coast League 2 summers ago, so they're still looking for their first playoff appearance. There's a throw over to check on Adams at first. Sherrick at the plate, who is 1 for 3 in this game. Sherrick also with a run scored and a strikeout on his line. Nothing in 1 count. Here's the pitch from Smith. Sherrick flies one out to deep left field. Getting back on it and making the catch, Beckstead in left to retire the side. So we will go to the 9th, still tied at 4 at Wilson's Group Stadium.
HarbourCats Golf, Victoria's friendliest public golf course.
So how's sales going?
Sales have been good. No, we're having a really good night. It's nice to finally have some warm weather. Teams playing really well, so it's nice to see everyone come out to the ballpark and enjoying the atmosphere, and the merchandise this year seems to be quite popular with everyone. So really, it's win-win for everyone here.
Gotta love it. Another day at the park.
Another day at the ballpark. The more HarbourCat gear we see in the stands, the better. We get a lot of compliments from people. We get a lot of people that are coming to the store asking where such and such item is because they see someone wearing it. I love seeing it in the community. I'm starting to see it around more and more, and people are starting to share it on social media. We've got a new sale on right now that's been quite popular. Any items that are purchased $60 or more, we're offering a complimentary general admission ticket to a future game. That does include our fireworks games as well. We also just got in our team game hats. These are the 2 hats that the team is wearing on the field this year. Our website, www.harbourcats.com. You can click on the link for the cat shop. Any of the merchandise that we have at the ballpark is now on the store website as well. And we do have a U.S.
On we go to inning number 9, and the HarbourCats and Black Bears still deadlocked at 4 runs each as we now start the top of the 9th inning. It is still going to be Garrett Goodall throwing out there for Victoria, with Seth Beckstead stepping in to lead off the inning. Bottom third of the order for Cowlitz, with Beckstead, Pickard, and Ireland to hit. Got to give credit to Kyle Smith, who has come up big time for Cowlitz tonight. 4 scoreless innings of relief. He's allowed 4 hits and 2 walks with 6 strikeouts. Coming in after Kyle Rich went 4 innings. And he's kept the Black Bears right in the game after they tied it at 4-4. Now the 0-2 pitch from Goodall misses outside. It's 1-2. Goodall as well deserves a tip of the cap. He is through 2 innings, now 2+ as he starts this top of the 9th. He's allowed just 2 hits, no walks, and has struck out 3. Strike 3 called. He got him on the inside corner for out number 1. Well, the task now for Goodall is to try to get this game still tied into the bottom of the 9th, where the HarbourCats can try to send us home with a walk-off. Victoria still does have a narrow lead in the hit column by a count of 9-7. HarbourCats have not committed any errors. Cowlitz, the 1 error, and it was a costly one too, because a run scored on that 1 error that was made at first base.
You're not even close. Let's go.
There's another call that the HarbourCats aren't in love with. They said no swing on that check swing a moment ago by Heath Pickard, and HarbourCats dugout thought he went around. So perhaps just getting a little edgy here as we are in a tied ball game. Late innings. HarbourCats have been on the wrong side of a couple of calls from the umpiring crew this evening.
Yeah, exactly. They did. Hands went like that.
Now the 2-0 pitch. Up high, it's 2-1. Now you wouldn't say, though, that any of the calls have really been super costly for Victoria. But they do kind of mount when you have 2 or 3, couple of just those calls that kind of play in the back of your mind and frustrate you. That'll miss for ball 4. So it's a 1-out walk issued to Pickard. He's on base for the first time. Looked like as well after the HarbourCats dugout was starting to chat a little bit with first base umpire Steve Bootang. It looked like Bootang might have issued a warning to the HarbourCats dugout as well. So HarbourCats need to be careful now. They're going to have to stop any of that type of chatter, or else Bootang will have every right to toss, whether it's a member of the coaching staff or a player, which you don't want, of course. There is a strike on the inside half of the plate to Sam Ireland, 0-1, with 1 on and 1 out in the top of the 9th. There's a good breaking ball, and it's strike 2. Goodall ahead here of Ireland, who tonight is 0 for 3. Peek over his shoulder at the runner at first. The pitch is swung on and missed, and he got him swinging for the second out. We're looking around the park here at Wilson's Group Stadium. Just about all of the crowd has stuck around for this close ball game in the 9th inning. Better than 2,000, the crowd tonight. And they're hoping that Goodall can get the HarbourCats one more out in the top half of the 9th, and then can go to the bottom half where Victoria can try to come up with a walk-off. Ian Sanderson is out of the dugout for Victoria. He's going to go out and chat with Goodall here. And I think what's going on here is Sanderson is out to chat with Garrett Goodall because the HarbourCats are weary of the next man coming to the plate, Andreas Sosa, who has already hit 2 home runs in the series. And so, Sanderson, I would bet that's what he was just saying. Just remember, this guy's hit 2 homers, so be careful. Perhaps the HarbourCats and their coaching staff have started to gather a little bit of intel into where Sosa likes the ball, and just passing that on to Goodall to keep it away from those particular spots. There's a runner at first with 2 away. Sosa at the plate. First pitch floats outside and misses for 1 ball and no strikes. That is, of course, the ultimate sign of respect for Sosa at the plate when the opposing pitching coach goes out to the mound to pass on some information to try to prevent you from getting another base hit, or in Sosa's case, another home run in the dirt, and it's 2-0. Now it's interesting here because Goodall probably does not want to pitch around Sosa because that would put the go-ahead run up in scoring position with 2 out. It's not like he has a base open at first to use, but at the same time he does need to be careful. You don't want to fully attack Sosa over the plate given some of the swings that he likes to put on the ball. It's now a 3-0 count, and in fact pitching around Sosa might be kind of what Goodall is going to do here and take his chances with the next guy with still 2 outs. The good news for the HarbourCats is they have 2 outs, so they don't want to really mess with Sosa here. They can walk him and then try their luck with the man on deck. There's a strike. Next up is Ellis Stevens, the DH, by the way, for Cowlitz. Looked like Sosa was taking all the way there on 3-0. See if he's dialed in here to try to swing on 3-1. Outside, ball 4. Sosa takes his walk. And so Goodall did look like he was being extra careful there in that at bat, and he will try his luck now with Ellis Stevens to try to get one final out in the top of the 9th inning and take us to the bottom half. So 2 on and 2 out now for Cowlitz here in the 9th inning. Stevens trying to come up with a big 2-out base hit to give Cowlitz a 9th inning lead. First pitch outside for 1 ball and no strikes. Stevens is 0 for 2 since he came into the game. He did not start the game in the DH spot, but after just 1 at bat for the starting DH, Colton Sakamoto, Stevens was called upon to pinch hit. This one is flown in the air down the left field line. Long run for Schindel into foul ground. He makes the catch. And that will end the inning. HarbourCats with a chance to send us home with a walk-off in the bottom of the 9th.
Rally glasses.
Come on, baby. Should I bring up the rally skin? Rally shades.
pitch around I would have watched him on court. I would have just been looking right here. Yeah. One of the coaching districts
Walking the guy. Just throw it on the chalk and chase
Leading off for your HarbourCats, the second baseman from Angelo State, number 25, Parker Bradley.
On to the bottom of the ninth. Still a tie ball game between the HarbourCats and the Black Bears. And Parker Bramlett steps in. HarbourCats have the right spot of their order. They have the top of the order up here in the bottom of the ninth, and they're trying to come up with a run to walk us off and take game 2 of the series. Nothing in one pitch to Bramlett. Hit to first. Diving stop made by Marchese, and he steps on the bag for the out. So Bramlett retired, and there's going to be one away to start the bottom of the ninth. By the way, this is still Kyle Smith out there on the hill for the Cowlitz Black Bears. He is now through 4 1/3 innings in relief. Cowlitz has only used 2 pitchers tonight. Rich went 4 to start the ball game, and now Smith has outlasted him, going 4 1/3. And the game plan might be for Grady Twade and the Cowlitz coaching staff just to keep on leaving Smith out there until he runs into trouble, which he really hasn't to this point. Here's Chase Mydroth for the HarbourCats. 89 on the fastball as he backs him off the plate. It's 2-0. Now the velocity, which is oftentimes a sign of a reliever starting to tire, is still very good for Smith. He's up near 90 on the radar gun, which is also where he was when he came into the game, so that's a good sign. This one comes inside and hits Mydroth, so he's going to take first base. Smith was trying to work him in, but went too far in on those last 2. HarbourCats now have a right-hander in their bullpen. There is a lefty starting to warm up for Cowlitz, so activity in both pens at the moment. HarbourCats, though, more importantly, have the winning run on base. And here's Griffin Paxton trying to, at the very least, move that run up. That's a strike. Paxton was not granted time, and that's another thing, just a little thing, but it's yet another occurrence of something that the HarbourCats are not going to be pleased about. Paxton thought he was granted time, but was not. It's 0-1. There goes Mydroth, swing and a miss. The throw goes down, and it's going to be kicked off the bag and into center field. Mydroth is safe. Fortunately for Cowlitz, the shortstop Smith was backing up that play. So it's 0-2 on Paxton. Mydroth now in scoring position, and the HarbourCats with 2 cracks to try to get him home with a single to win this one here with 1 out. Nick Playa will be next for the HarbourCats, but first the 0-2 offering from Smith to Paxton. Up high, 90 on the gun, but not close to the zone, 1-2.
Good. Keep working, Griff. Keep working.
Downstairs, a good take by Paxton, as he always does. Not going to chase out of the zone. Very good eye up there, and it's 2-2. Mydroth with the stolen base. Obviously, good speed out there. He'll be trying to score on anything to the outfield as the winning run. Here's the 2-2. That one is going to be strike 3 called to Paxton, and there's 2 down.
Now batting,
So it's going to be up to Nick Playa. He was the big hitter at the plate yesterday with 4 RBIs and a chance to be the hero again tonight. If he can come up with a 2-out base hit to give the HarbourCats another win and score Chase Mydroth from second. If Playa is able to reach base and does not end the game, Harrison Spahn would be next. And are they going to walk Playa? They are. They're going to walk Nick Playa and try their luck instead with Harrison Spahn. Interesting decision by Grady Twait. Playa in tonight's ball game is 2 for 3. Spahn is 2 for 4. So both of them have been hot tonight. Really kind of pick your poison type of thing. But Spahn, you got to be thinking for him, it's a pretty big motivator. The fact that they're giving Playa the free pass and they're going to say, we'd rather face Harrison Spahn. So Spahn trying to make them pay for that decision. First pitch is in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Playa at first, Mydroth at second. Of course, Playa does not matter. Only run that matters is Chase Mydroth in scoring position. The 1-0 pitch, and before the pitch, a look back to second as Mydroth scampers back. Spahn trying to be the hero for the HarbourCats tonight. The 1-0 pitch. Missing in tight, 2 balls, no strikes. Can get the sense, just looking around Wilson's Group Stadium as the 2-0 pitch to Spahn is fouled back to the screen. It's 2-1, but just looking around the park, it's kind of fallen silent. Everyone dialed into what's going on at home plate. But the fans here at Wilson's Group Stadium just ready to explode on any base hit and a chance to get a walk-off victory. 2 balls and 1 strike now on Spahn. Again, it's Mydroth who matters out there at second base as the winning run. The 2-1 pitch. Not close, 3-1. So a good hitter's count. Smith does have an open base at third if he wants to use it, and instead face Ty Schindel with the bases loaded and the winning run 90 feet away at third. So we'll see how he goes about throwing this 3-1 pitch. Here it is to Spahn, and it's up high, ball 4. Bases will be loaded. And the winning run goes to third for Ty Schindel. Well, what a story this would be. The Victoria, BC native, Ty Schindel stepping in here, trying to come up with a big 2-out hit and walk things off. We're going to have a mound meeting here, though, first before the Schindel at bat. Don't think this is a pitching change. In fact, no, it is not. This is just the pitching coach, Justin Parrish, out there. The entire Cowlitz infield has come in to huddle on the mound. Schindel will go have a chat with Curtis Peltier at first base for the HarbourCats. And meanwhile, Todd Haney has called Harrison Spahn over to gather at third base. The 3 base runners for the HarbourCats is for some final instructions. Of course, Spahn at first, Playa at second are not runners that matter to the Black Bears. It's just Chase Mydroth at third is the winning run. So after the mound meeting, we're going to be set to start this at bat with Ty Schindel, who tonight is 0 for 4, but he can put that by the wayside and forget about his night to this point if he can come through with a base hit here. Schindel has been heating up a little at the plate of late. He had his first home run of the season as part of a 2 for 4 day in the series last week against Richfield. Some more jawing between the 2 dugouts, and maybe home plate umpire John Hollett also. Tensions running high in Game 2 of this series. It's been a close ball game on both sides, one that Cowlitz really needs to win. First pitch to Schindel, not close. It's ball 1. Well, Smith has issued a walk just a moment ago to Spawn, so that's something to keep an eye on. The base is full, nowhere to put Schindel. Schindel pops it up, foul ground. This one is going to be caught with a slide by third baseman Andreas Sosa, and that will end the inning. On we go to extra frames here at Wilson's Group Stadium, 4-4 between the HarbourCats and the Black Bears.
Center field. Dayton Coble going back. This is over his head, and it's over the wall. Kevin Collard will touch them all. The HarbourCats have tied the game 1-1. Bonneau with a fly ball to right field, and this is going to go back and out of here. There's a drive, field, Alcantara, this is up, and out! Grand slam for A.J. Alcantara. 6-0 for the HarbourCats. Center field. Foundation for Florida.
Extra innings and free baseball here at Wilson's Group Stadium as the first pitch is popped foul. We have a new pitcher on for the HarbourCats as well here to start the top of the 10th. And that is Chase Stewart, native of Abbotsford, BC, from the University of Cincinnati. Stewart makes his second appearance out of the bullpen for the HarbourCats this season. This one is sent in the air behind first base. It's going to be taken care of there at first for the out. So Stewart, again, he makes his second appearance out of the bullpen. He's a recent arrival from the University of Cincinnati. Threw a scoreless inning down in Ridgefield on July the 25th without allowing a base runner, and he struck out a batter, so he was off to a good start in that first appearance. And he's off to a good start here in the top of the 10th with that pop-up. We also have a defensive change to tell you about at first, as Emilio Nogales has entered the game. So it was Nogales making that catch at first a moment ago, so he has replaced Griffin Paxton. Paxton actually has moved across the diamond to third base from first to third, and so Harrison Spawn has been replaced. Base is empty, one away, and no balls and 2 strikes on Josh Marchese. And the pitch. Missing outside, 1-2.
Hey, boy, right there, the ball.
Well, still a good number of the fans here at Wilson's Group Stadium have stuck around for extra innings. HarbourCats hoping to keep it tied 4-4 before we go to the bottom of the 10th, where they'll once again look for a walk-off hit. Did load the bases, but could not get that big base hit with 2 outs. 2-2 pitch, popped up back out of play, foul. Well, Marchese tonight in the bowl game, 1 for 4 with a single and a run, but his other 3 at-bats were all strikeouts and make it a 4th strikeout. So he's down looking for out number 2. So not a night to remember for Marchese with those 4 Ks. A couple of them at least have been looking as well. It's one that you always hate to go down looking when you don't get the bat off your shoulders. Oh, a wave and a miss in the dirt there from Cromwell as Stewart looks like he's pitching confidently on the hill to start this top of the 10th inning. Looking for a 1-2-3 top of the 10th to send us to the bottom half. Nothing in 1 count, bases clear, 2 gone in the frame. And the 0-1 pitch is a strike, nothing in 2. Good breaking ball at 72. Cromwell started his swing, but then held up and took a strike. Fans get back into it. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. And the pitch is popped foul. We'll do it over again on 0-2. Still nothing in 2. Hit in the air, high to center field. It's going to be playable for Nick Playa, who will reach up and make the catch to end the inning. 1-2-3 frame for Chase Stewart. On we go to the bottom of the 10th. Another chance for the HarbourCats to send us home.
For your HarbourCats, the catcher from Incarnate Word number 28, Tyler Pettit.
On we go to the bottom of the 10th, and a little bit of housekeeping to do here with Cowlitz making a couple changes here, as what they've done is they've forfeited the DH spot, because Ellis Stevens, who was in the game as the DH, is now on the mound. So he is pitching here, and that means that Cowlitz will no longer have the DH spot available to them the longer this game goes. So Stevens is back on the mound after he threw a scoreless inning last night. This is Tyler Pettit for Victoria taking outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on him. Fans again were not pleased with that first called strike on Pettit. But it's an even count here, 1-1. Bottom third of the order for the HarbourCats with Pettit, Adams, and Sherrick to hit here to try to get something going offensively. The 1-1 pitch, a swing and a miss. It's now 1-2. I mentioned Stevens through the scoreless inning yesterday, did not allow a base runner. Overall on the season, he's 2-2 with a 5.40 ERA and 15 appearances, so he's been used quite a lot for Cowlitz. This is his 16th relief appearance on the season. Overall, he's allowed 16 walks, 26 hits in 20 innings, and 18 strikeouts as well. Breaking ball misses. It's 2-2. Pettit tonight 1 for 4 at the plate for the HarbourCats. Nick Adams, who is also 1 for 4, will be next. Here's the 2-2. Pettit into right field. This will be caught on a dive by Cromwell. And that takes a base hit away from Tyler Pettit. Well, another great defensive play. We've had a couple on both sides in this game. And Pettit will go back to the dugout thinking that he had a base hit. But it was taken away from him, and here now is Nick Adams. Fastball at 87, down and away. 1 ball, no strikes to Adams. Base is empty, 1 out. HarbourCats trying to conjure up some offense here in extra innings, the bottom of the 10th. There's a strike to Adams. It's 1-1. Worth noting that Adams has 4 home runs on the season, so he can end this thing potentially with 1 swing. This one, though, is bounced into left field. It's a base hit. Adams is 2 for 5, and the winning run is on base for the HarbourCats with 1 out. So next up, Kyle Sherrick trying to keep the momentum going and pass the baton back up to the top of the order to follow him.
Number 54, Kyle Sherrick.
So Sherrick, who is 1 for 4 with a run tonight, getting another chance to hit here in the bottom of the 10th inning. Nick Adams has done his job getting on base. Now the HarbourCats trying to get him in. Sherrick into right. That's a base hit. Adams going first to third. The throw goes to third. It is in time. They got him. And Adams becomes out number 2. What a great throw from Cromwell in right field. And that's a very big out, because otherwise, had Adams been at third base with less than 2 outs, the HarbourCats could have scored him without necessarily needing a base hit.
Angelo State, number 25, Parker.
So Bramlett will step in here, runner at first with 2 away. It wasn't a base hit for Sherrick, so he also is now 2 for 5. Sherrick is a guy who can steal a base, so we might see him try to run here early in the count, and I think Cowlitz thinking exactly that, so they're going to keep a close eye on him at first. So Sherrick at first base, 2 away now, bottom of the 10th. Parker Bramlett at the plate. Not running that time was Sherrick. The pitch missed in tight to Bramlett for 1 ball and no strikes. Bramlett, you could say, is due for a hit. Came into today at 322, but he's 0 for 4 in this game, along with a walk as well. Up high to him that time at 85. It's 2-0. Well, another way to get Sherrick into scoring position would be for Bramlett to take a walk here for Chase Mydroth in the on-deck circle. The 2-0 pitch. Hit through the hole into right field. It's another hit for the HarbourCats. Stopping at second is Sherrick. So the winning run now in scoring position, and potentially 1 more hit could do it from Chase Mydroth. And just like Bramlett, you could say Mydroth is also due for a base hit. He's taken an 0 for 2. He has walked twice and scored a run tonight.
Now batting, the shortstop from San Diego,
We know all about how hot Mydroth has been lately at the plate, so trying to keep that up with a walk-off base hit here to give Sherrick a chance to score. You know, with 2 outs, Sherrick will be trying to hustle around third on anything to the outfield, and he also has great speed, so it shouldn't be a problem. The question is whether Mydroth can come up with that 2-out base hit. HarbourCats came close in the last inning. They can taste it again here in the 10th. Big breaking ball misses to Mydroth for 1-0. Pitch up the middle to center field. Sherrick around third. The throw home is late, and the HarbourCats walk it off. Chase Mydroth, the hero, in the bottom of the 10th inning. Mydroth just will not cool down. He stays hot with his first hit in the game, and it's the game-winning base hit as they mob him out by second base. Mydroth, the incoming freshman to the University of San Diego, plays the hero tonight for the HarbourCats, and it's going to send us home in the bottom of the 10th. Well, what a ball game we were treated to tonight. Extra innings, back and forth, home runs, great defensive plays. It had it all. And we thank you for tuning in and sticking it out with us here on Go Live Broadcasts through extra innings. We will play the series finale tomorrow afternoon. Mark it on your calendars for the 1 p.m. first pitch tomorrow. And that'll be a getaway day at Wilson's Group Stadium. HarbourCats know they win the series. Taking the first 2 games tomorrow, they will go for the sweep. But for now, thanks for tuning in tonight on Go Live Broadcast for producer Chris Jacobs. My name is Mike Edwards. Good night from Victoria.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Hey,